What's happening? Good morning, everybody, and welcome. I was just listening to the wrap-up show from yesterday. My satellite radio went out in my car, so I couldn't hear the wrap-up show yesterday, so the guys are playing it for me in here. I don't know what happened. It seems the brain wasn't talking to the radio. Do you know what I'm talking about there?
Yeah, there's a brain inside the car.
Yeah. There's a brain inside the car. I'm like, is it real? Really? Why is this difficult? Why is my radio
Why
not
is the
working?
brain not talking to the car?
I've had it before.
Really?
The brain stopped talking to the radio. And something to do with the way they installed it. They hid the brain somewhere in the car that you can't reach. So I got to bring it to someplace.
Oh.
And then have them take apart the car and then get to the radio. Brain.
Right.
Hey, Ronnie.
Well, tomorrow, probably when the car goes out to Long Island, that's
Yeah.
where the guy is. They have to take the radio out of the ceiling because that's where it's mounted.
Yeah.
Behind the radio is the brain up in the ceiling of the car.
Oh.
And they just have to unplug it and plug it back in.
This is a silly question, but explain this to me. Why doesn't the guy just move the brain somewhere where we can get access to it? Like, there's a million
It
places.
needs to be rebooted that often.
Like, why does he have to put it into
Yeah,
the
I know.
ceiling? Like, why doesn't he put it, like, where, like, one of those drawers are or something in the car?
That's a good question.
Yeah. I mean, he's putting the brains. We know we regularly have to reboot it,
Right.
which I don't even understand that about.
Yeah,
satellite.
I had it happen yesterday also on the radio
Really?
on the front, but the brain is behind my seat, so all I do is unplug it like for 2 seconds, plug it right back in.
Can't they
and
put
it's
my
fine.
brain behind your seat? Or can't they put it
I
somewhere?
don't know. I'm gonna ask him.
Yeah, ask him if he can move the brain.
I'm gonna ask him.
It seems silly that we have to be a week without satellite radio.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's
But,
like a whole operation. They take the whole car apart just to fix my
Right.
satellite radio.
for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It's a 2-second thing. All you do is you unplug it and just plug it right back in. And it's
How long
fine.
does it take him to get to the brain?
He's got to slide the radio out. Yeah, I don't know.
How long could that take?
10 minutes.
As long as I got you in here, let me switch topics. Is Scott, the engineer, now officially off the Ronnie's Block Party tour?
As far as I know, he quit yesterday. For
He
real.
quit
No, for
yesterday?
real. Yeah, for real. That's
The
all.
arguing continued?
I tried to talk. He had a talk with Shuley on Monday,
And that got ugly.
and that got ugly. And I was
What
when we
was-
left here last Wednesday.
Yeah.
Everything was fine, and then Monday morning I heard he wanted to have another meeting.
Oh, dear. He goes
See-
home and gets
And
riled up.
I don't want to have meetings. I want nothing to do with
right.
meetings.
You want to have some fun.
Yeah.
Well, I think I might have riled him up by accident.
How?
Because he came in and I was talking to him about it. I said, well, I was under this understanding when Shuley, Ronnie the limo driver, and Scott the engineer put together the Ronnie Block Party thing. What they did is they sat down in a room and they said, hey, let's go out on tour and we'll split the money 3 ways. You know, whatever's left over, we'll split it 3 ways. So I started thinking about it and I said to Scott, you know, if that was the arrangement, why is it changing all of a sudden? You know, the more money they made, they would make more money as they went along on the road. So if that was the deal, I kind of said it to Scott.
Hey,
And
Howard,
yeah.
I can tell you, I spoke to Shuley. I think he's here today, too, because he's got some funny letters from people that are already suing Scott that want money back from the trip.
Well, he's already booked on Toronto.
Right, the Toronto people want their
He's
money
promoted on Toronto, and he quit the show.
You can't do that. You got to give notice.
Well, that's what I said to him yesterday. I said, well, if you're going to quit, you should do the Toronto show because, you know, you're already booked on it.
Maybe he doesn't want to do the Toronto show because he feels you guys will be angry with him since he's quitting and he's going to take a lot of shit.
Well, but I mean, he's quit before, and we
Right.
weren't happy with it, so why would he think we'd be okay with it now?
What was your discussion with Scott the engineer? I heard it was heated. Like, he can't get off the, you know, but then Ronnie told me the original deal wasn't that you guys are going to split 3 ways.
No, it wasn't. He's the only one, and Ronnie sits there and tells him right to his face, there was no partnership. There was no splitting down the middle.
So
All
how
3
do you
parties.
decide who gets what money? In other words,
Well, I wish I didn't have to do it, but
right.
unfortunately I
you're
do.
You're sort of the appointed leader of the
Right.
group. And so you get paid.
Right.
And then, like Ronnie said, he's thrilled. He gets a check for $2,500 or whatever it is like Scott gets. And he doesn't even ask any questions. He's like, I can't believe I get to go to Ronnie's block party and make $2,500 for the weekend, which is a lot of money.
The only gripe Ronnie's had was he said, I just need to make sure that I'm back Sunday in time to be at work Monday.
Right.
That's it.
That's it.
That's the only thing I've gotten from Ronnie this entire tour. Not to mention the 5 other people on the tour, not a peep.
Right.
Nobody's complaining about a fucking thing.
Scott is under the belief that he is the draw with Ronnie. In other words, you
Right.
guys go out on your own and you draw nothing,
Right.
according to him, and that they could get any comic to front the show and do the hour show, and then he would pay them. So
Any two-bit comic, as he said.
Two-bit, right.
Right? And he throws shit at me, and then in this meeting, now, when we were on the air last time, I fired him. I had enough.
Shuli, I want a ruling on this. Is Scott off the show?
He's off. He's done.
He's done. You're never working with him again.
And everything he's done here today
Good.
just
I don't need this
proves
shit.
that I'm making the right decision.
Do you
Trying
wanna-
to throw us under the
do you want
bus,
us-
making up shit.
I was going to do it. I had no problem doing the shows.
Of
But-
course you have no problem doing it. Of
Yeah,
course.
You're getting $2,500.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, really.
But yet you have no problem fucking bitching about everything. Ronnie came to me, he said, look, let's try and work this out.
Okay.
You know, and I understand Ronnie and him are friends. Out of respect to Ronnie, I said, you know what? I'm going to give it a whirl.
Right.
We sat down last week in the office in Scott's studio, talked, worked everything out. I said, Scott, from here on out,
So how did you? So you said from here on out you'll get a
you'll
salary.
get a flat fee, and on weekends that we do well, when I can bump you up, I will.
Right.
I didn't say you're never going to make more than this. I said this is your minimum, and then if I can do more,
Then
I
what
will
does
get
he
you
say?
more.
And he says, wait
He
a
says-
second, Shuli.
No. He agreed to it.
Right.
He agreed to it.
Right.
Then the weekend came.
Uh-oh.
Then Monday morning came.
Right.
Obviously, somebody got in his head.
Well, he got in his head.
Or
Let's not
he
put-
got in his head.
Right.
And he shows up Monday and he says to me, after the show, I'd like to meet with you two again. So I said to Ronnie, I go, he wants to have another meeting. Ronnie's like, what's another meeting? Ronnie's like, I'm done with these meetings. I don't want to do these meetings.
Right.
So we sit down, right back to square one.
Right.
This was a partnership. This is this. And I go, Scott, you already agreed. We were moving forward. Well, I thought about it, and, it's just not right. It's not fair. If you guys want to be fair with me. So I said, you know what, Scott? I go, you got to let me know. Are you in or are you out?
And then he said he's out.
No, he says, I'll let you know my decision tomorrow.
Wow, like the president.
Yes.
Right.
So Tuesday I walk in.
His decision.
I go
like
to
the
him. I
Supreme
said,
Court.
Yeah. I said, Scott, what's your decision? I need to know because I got shit I got to fill up.
Well,
you know?
didn't he want you to open your books to him?
Oh yeah. He wanted to
Well, why
break down.
won't you? Why don't you give him the breakdown? Why don't you just say, hey, look, here's what I got, here's what Ronnie got, here's what you got.
I got no problem with it, but it never ends with him. That's the thing. If I
Right.
split everything 50-50 with him,
Right.
there will still be something that he's not okay with. Because
Right.
the bottom line is he doesn't trust me.
Right.
I don't want to work with somebody who doesn't trust
So
me.
why not just open the books to him and show him the split?
Because Howard, it won't satisfy. I'm telling you, here's something. When we
Right.
first did our
See,
first
he feels
4 or
you're
5
getting
shows,
a lot more money than him.
Let me tell you something.
He should get more money than him.
Right. You feel Shuli can
He's
take
the
whatever he wants.
He's the
He's the
not that he
headliner.
should take whatever he wants, but he's the headliner. He's got to pay the comics.
In other words,
The
even though
comics
it's called Ronnie's block party,
Right.
the reality is someone's got to get up there and entertain the people for an hour.
Right, and we have other comics that deserve to get paid also.
Right.
Not $100. You know
Are
what I'm
you
saying?
curious what the
No, I don't
weekend
even ask.
generates?
I don't care.
You just can't believe you're getting $2,500.
I'm glad that we go out. The people, I'm telling you, when mustn't people bust your balls on the air and curse
Right.
you out and say you're an asshole and everything?
Right.
When we go to do these shows, they are fucking thrilled to see us.
Right.
And I love it. I think it's great.
When we did the first 4 or 5 shows,
Right.
we drew nothing. We made nothing.
Right.
These guys, I made sure that they got paid.
Right.
Our promoter Sequoia lost money. I lost money on these shows. They got paid.
Right.
Scott knew when there were 40 people at one of our shows early on. He didn't ask to see the books then.
No.
He took his money and he shut the fuck
He
up.
didn't offer
He was
you
fine.
anything back.
He didn't want to. He didn't want a partnership
and this
at that
whole
point.
Robin Hood fucking thing that he's doing. Oh, I'm looking to reduce expenses for everyone else. And,
Yeah.
and in these meetings, he looks at me and he has the balls to go, it's not even about the money. I go, what the fuck is it about then? Of course it's about the money.
What is it about to him?
Right.
Yeah.
Just fucking be up front. Just look me in my... And he tells me, he goes, I feel I'm not respected. I go, really? You want me to respect you? You fucking sit here and shit all over what I do for a living,
Wow.
and you want respect.
So he's out now.
So I said to him yesterday, I said...
It seems to me that if you guys wanted to, you could take like JD to Ronnie's block party, or like Sal would probably be thrilled to get $2,500 for the weekend. And Sal actually does some stand-up.
There's a line of people out there.
Who's in the line
Yeah,
to
but
replace him?
I think when Sal goes out, he wants
big money.
He wants big money.
Right.
From what I heard. I
Really?
don't know
Sal
for sure.
gets big money?
I don't know for sure, but that's what I heard.
Does Sal get big money, Shuli?
I mean, I don't know if he gets it at every gig.
Right.
I know he wants it. We all do.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't know if that's a reality. I mean,
Why won't you tell Scott what you get paid?
I have no problem telling him what I get paid. I told him right to his face, I make more than you.
Right.
And I'm going to continue to make more than you.
How much more do you make than Scott?
$7,000 more. No, I'm kidding.
No.
I
How much
just
more
want
do
him
you
to have it. It really is a difference between $500 to $800 difference. So this guy's
that
walking
seems
away.
fair for a guy who has to
and
really
is doing all the
entertain.
managing,
Right.
basically.
Yeah, right.
You know, Scott, I'm hearing this. Shuli doesn't sound unreasonable. You're talking about a spread of $500 to $800 more than
It
you.
sounds like a Jackie negotiation.
You're saying $300 or $3,000? Oh, Mike 3. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. I'm hearing what Shuli's saying. It's $500 to $800 more, and that seems fair to a guy who's got. You go out for a minute, and I know they're coming to see you and Ronnie too, but
I thought from the beginning, I'm not going to argue. This is what I'm going to say. From the beginning, we were the three. We had an arrangement. They came, and we didn't make money the first couple of things.
Right. No, you made money.
Shuli comes and says, the block party itself.
Scott, you made money on the
block-
shows. Don't sit
so
here
you
and
ca-
say all of a sudden we're all one unit now.
I'm just repeating what you just said. The block party didn't make money,
Right.
and we got paid. And
Right.
then you came to us and said, if we each take X amount of dollars, you, me, Ronnie, that would be fair. We can go forward and make money. We'll take equal amounts. I agreed to that.
So they said equal amounts.
well,
the
we said
deal's a
equal
deal.
amounts when there was no
Now
money.
that there is money,
But-
you want to take it out of the cash register before we have a chance to count it.
Scott, what did you make
That's
for
all.
those first 4 shows?
I don't know.
I'll tell you. You want me to tell you?
$400.
No. The first 3 shows we did you not make $800 a show?
No, one show.
Ronnie, what did we make the first? Oh, one show you made $800, right?
And then after that, it was like we got to take less because nobody's making money. So
Well, nobody was showing up.
I know that. I said fine. We all agreed to take the, and then it all of a sudden.
So you went from 500
All of a
to
sudden-
2,500.
Well, that was one show, and then it became 4 shows. So don't tell me that I went from this to that. It really didn't change the amount of money I was getting.
Let me ask you this, Scott.
per
In all
show.
honesty, let me ask you this. Out of all the people on the tour, why is it that you're the only one who has these issues? Why is it nobody else has come
Because
to me?
nobody else
Ronnie,
made an agreement. Ronnie doesn't give a shit. Apparently, he just
So Ronnie
goes
made
along
the
with it.
agreement,
Yeah,
but he just
There
doesn't
was
care.
It was an idea. It was never a partnership. It was an idea.
And your idea of a partnership, let me tell you how the partnership got started again. I said, Scott, would you be up for doing something on the road? Yeah. That's how the partnership got started.
All right, let me
so
ask you,
now he wants.
Did you ever say that we're going to go out and split it 3 ways?
I never, ever once said, and Ronnie, if I said it, tell me now. If I ever said we are splitting everything down the middle 3 ways, tell me.
Nobody ever said that.
We all agreed to take the same amount of money.
No, we
That
didn't.
was-
No, we didn't. Because we always
Of
said
course
that.
we
that's
did.
yeah,
No,
that's
we
your problem.
didn't.
If you did say that,
No, my
then-
problem is him. My problem is him.
I know,
Nobody,
so
nobody.
I've just relieved you of a problem.
Well,
all right, so you're out. In other
But
words,
again,
you're
you've
leaving.
quit.
I don't-
Again, you quit.
I didn't
Now,
quit.
were you booked to go to Toronto?
Yes.
Or were you advertising that you were going to Toronto?
Whatever they were doing.
Well, of course
then
we
you,
were.
Then you should do Toronto and exit like a gentleman.
But it's too late now, Howard. It's too late.
Why is
I
it
had to
too late?
change the flights. Because
Oh.
as of yesterday, I said, "Are you in or are you out?"
All
I
right.
need to know.
Right.
It's not
Well,
easy.
who are you going to
just-
bring with you, JD?
JD has stepped in. He's going to fill in, and that's that. And we're doing a rotation. We're going to take whoever wants to come.
Who do you have in mind? Like, in other words, let's say
it's
JD.
like Regis.
Anybody and
They're gonna
everybody.
It's like the Regis
different
show, like Kelly Ripa's in
co-hosts.
audition.
Anybody who wants to go from the show. How's that?
I think Jason would be great. I
Do you
think
think people want to see Jason on stage?
I actually have gotten a lot of people on Twitter saying that they would love
want to see Jason.
Tracy. I think would be.
They
huge
want to
hit.
see Tracy.
I would love to see
What's
Tracy.
Tracy going to do on stage?
Just fucking yell at this guy, yell at Ronnie the whole time for all I
come
care.
out and say douche and all that kind of stuff. That's more than Scott does.
Listen,
Right.
that's
Tracy's got an act.
Yeah, I mean, compared to Scott, she does.
that's
Is there anyone
really
you would reject from here? In other words, let's say, I don't know. I'm trying to think of somebody who's sort of
Steve?
Steve Brandano.
No,
wants to
I would
go
take
out.
Steve.
You would take Steve? the
Yeah,
intern?
because he hosts the intern show. People know who he is.
I see. Well, it's true. I mean, who the fuck is Scott?
We're going to do a thing
Nobody.
called
Right.
Mr.
I'm
We're going to
nobody.
do a
You
thing
you are
called.
kind of a nobody.
So I got rid of this. So I got rid of his problem, and I made it easy for him.
We're going to do a thing called mystery guest.
Go ahead.
In each city we do, we're just going to say It's the Running Man Block Party with Shuli, blah 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 blah. The
But what if the mystery guest?
And the mystery guest.
But what if the mystery guest is JD? Shouldn't you advertise that?
No,
because people love JD.
You don't know who's coming.
You don't know.
You don't know who's coming.
It's a grab bag.
Yep.
All right.
You know, I don't know who made him boss.
Would you have Richie Balinson come?
I think we might have to draw the line at Richie Balinson.
Richie Balinson is the guy who installs the radio.
The installer to the stars.
Right. You wouldn't have him. No one wants to see him on stage.
Yeah.
What about?
Look, I tried to talk to Scott yesterday morning alone.
Would you take Ross Zapin?
I can't imagine me on stage going, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Ross Zapin.
Why not? It's the same thing.
I would love to see what the reaction is.
Would you take any of you guys from Howard TV, like Scott the
Phelan, I'd take in a second. He's a fucking party.
But do you think people know Phelan?
Yeah, they know him as Drunk Cam. They know him as
Drunk Cam?
Yeah.
Boy, Scott, there's a lot of people.
And all these people, by the way...
Would you take Scott's intern on the road? No.
Rafia?
No. Yeah.
I'd take her in a second.
Rafia?
Oh, yeah.
You're saying...
She could tell all Scott stories on stage. It'd be great.
It'd be like having him there.
Yeah, and then he won't scold her and punish her afterwards.
Wow.
I try to talk to Scott alone yesterday morning and say, dude, what are you doing? You go out, you have a good time. It's a weekend. You get away. You have fun. You're with your guys.
You pay them to get away.
I could understand if you were getting $200, $300.
He has this thing in his head. He doesn't trust Shuli. That's what it is.
They keep changing things. They don't inform me of things.
What if Shuli?
What have we not informed you on?
What are we changing?
So I found out from somebody, a friend, that he goes, so you're doing a barbecue in Toronto? I go, a barbecue in Toronto? When?
The barbecue, the meet and greet we're doing in Toronto went up 2 days ago.
That was just added.
2 days ago.
I found out about it also. But you weren't going, so why would we tell you?
No, I'm just telling you, things happen. I'm like, really?
Well, what happened beside the barbecue? Because as these guys explained, the barbecue, whatever that is,
it's a meet and greet. Usually we do a meet and greet at the club
before the show.
Before the show.
Right.
But for some reason they can't do it there. So this guy, whoever this guy is organizing this thing,
you're gonna have a barbecue.
He's doing a barbecue meet and greet in the afternoon.
Why do you care about? Why do you even want to know about that?
Right.
If I got it,
what's the difference if you meet and greet at the barbecue or you meet and greet at the club? What is the difference to you? Why should they bother you with that?
Free food, no matter what, Scott.
You're gonna have You're gonna go away and have a barbecue. Yeah.
You got to ask. This is so good. This is so funny because I thought it was so insulting. They did offer Scott the opportunity to make extra money in Toronto. Can you explain that, Julie?
Yeah, I had a whole thing. Scott doesn't even know about this.
Yeah, see, I don't ever know about anything. That's the problem.
Well, this one I wanted to leave a surprise, and it wasn't something that you would be forced to do. But look, Scott wants more money, so I said, you know what? With all the airplay we've gotten the last couple of weeks, maybe people would be interested in trying to dunk Scott in a dunk tank.
Right.
So I told the guy, look into renting a dunk tank for this meet and greet.
Right.
Figure, line people up,
That's
$10 a throw.
Does he get
Scott
the people
keeps
the money?
every fucking penny.
Right.
And
you'd probably pay a couple of bucks to.
I'd shove him out of the way to get in the fucking dunk tank to make that money. I got a 2-year-old, man.
He's still not getting it about the money. It wasn't about.
Of course, it's about money.
No, it's not. I'm just walking away from the money. Why would it be about the money?
Because you want
if I'm walking away from the money.
You're afraid Shuli's
now it's
getting
a matter of principle.
Well, I thought it was an even split. That's the problem.
Right, so
and then when I asked to see,
can you live with the fact
when I asked to see the financials, I got a guy that went crazy on me. It's like, how dare I?
Why did you just show him the financials?
I'll show it to him. I got no problem showing it to him. I just think it's
insulting.
I did. I think it's very.
Let him see it. Print it out for him and let him look it over.
I think a guy who sits there on stage like a fucking lamp on a nightstand and then gets a fucking fat check at the end of the weekend and then comes to me and goes, I'd like to see the expense report. And I go, why? And then he tries to act like he's doing everything for everybody else.
Shuli, I got to blame you a little bit in this.
Go ahead, that's fine.
Because when he yelled at me...
Show it to him. And then be done with it. What do you care if you're not doing anything wrong?
I'm not, and believe me, I am done with it.
Just say here's what we brought in, and here's what we paid out.
The guy sits here and talks about he wants respect. He gives none.
Right.
He doesn't respect you don't respect what I fucking do.
He did call you a hack comic.
Exactly. You don't respect what I fucking do. And I got news for you. I can go to school and learn what you do. You can never fucking learn what I do. You understand?
I can learn.
There's a bit. No, I get a year from now. Go up and do fucking an hour. Go up and do 10 minutes
and
get laughs without somebody writing something for you.
You can learn what I do, but you couldn't do what I do.
That's right, because I'm a grateful, appreciative human being.
Okay.
I couldn't do what you do.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, you're right. I could. Now that I think about it.
Wow. Well, so
when he said, "I'm not showing it to you," how dare you ask for the financials? I'm like, well, what are you hiding? That's what made me think they're hiding something.
He's got a point. Show it to him.
He's so full of
right.
shit.
It's too late now.
First of all, I didn't approach him like that. I said, Scott, I walked in very calmly. I said, Scott, was there a problem with the weekend? Are you not happy with what you got? No, I'm fine with what I got. Okay, well then, why are you asking to see the expense report?
Can I ask you a question? I heard through the grapevine you're trying to organize Scott the Engineer's block party.
No, that was a joke. It was like the Black Cloud tour. That was, I just.
Yeah, why don't you organize Scott the Engineer block party?
No, I have no interest in that.
That'd be good. A competing block party.
I don't want to do that.
Now he has no interest.
Just grab a few hack comics and get it done.
Show him how it's done.
I never had any interest in doing my own.
I got names of some other 2-bit comics if you want to.
Don't you have a whole pack of 2-bit comics you hang around with?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sal just ran it. Sal, say what you just said. Howard, Scott already offered Richard and myself the Black Cloud tour.
I just said that. I said that was a joke. That was a joke.
That would sound like a joke to me.
I went into those guys and said, "You want to do the Black Cloud tour?" I wasn't.
Yeah.
But okay, listen. That's good.
Sal just said privately in his office it was a joke.
Yeah, I went. Oh, please.
Get it?
I'm not a comedian. That's
See, dude, you can't talk about anything around here without anybody finding out.
I'm not a comedian, so obviously that wasn't a good joke.
Well, anyway, it's the end of.
It sucks.
It's still a Ronnie's block party, but you're upset.
No more Scott.
Yeah.
You like going out with Scott.
Yeah, he's my friend.
Right.
Unfortunately, he's leaving. No, he left. He quit.
Unfortunately.
And
you got to hear this letter.
I was fired. How many times was I fired?
No, you weren't fired.
Yeah,
you quit this
I
time.
was fired.
Scott, I fired you on the air,
Yes.
and then we had the meeting last week,
They
and we
tried.
agreed to move forward. You agreed with me that you were
So
okay with the plan.
If Shuley shows you how much they took in and how much they put out,
I think.
would you?
I don't think he'd be happy. I really don't.
I think he just doesn't want to be a part
No,
of it.
I
Does
do.
he want to take the $3 to $5? What was it? $5 to $800 and split it 3 ways? Is that really important?
That wasn't
Great
the point.
If it's 5 to 800, what I would do is give it to
thought-
Shuley anyway because he's going to do an hour on stage.
I thought that we were all getting
You're not.
equal amounts.
Evidently you're not.
We're not. I told you that a long time ago.
You didn't tell me that a long
I
time.
did tell you that. I kept telling you it's not a partnership.
But he wants to know
that
what
Shuley gets more. I said, I don't care that Shuley gets more.
Ronnie's
and you kept insisting.
Ronnie's thrilled he's just getting a couple of grand.
I know.
I mean, it's a huge amount of money.
It is.
I don't get. You're turning down $2,500 weekends on your salary.
Plus, he can get more if we do really well. Like Shuley said, if we get extra and there's a bump up, he gets extra money. We all get extra money.
And we got bigger shit lined up. We got poker tournaments and casinos that want us. We got Jamaica, a weekend in Jamaica with fans. And this is...
What do you think?
This is a price range that's out of the price range that we're in now. I've told you
with
this.
these guys.
I've told you this. The long-term plan. Didn't I tell you that? Didn't I say there's a goal here?
Yes.
And I got to beg this fucking guy to put money in his pocket. I got to kiss his ass.
Really? You're walking away from all this? Tour to Jamaica? I mean, you're going to just sit there like a lummox and eat, and you're going to get even more money.
And drink at the pool.
And the thing that burns me up the most, Howard, is he quit again. He keeps doing this shit. And
this is like the third time.
I've never quit anything. I've come out on stage to do 10 minutes with Artie and Philly, and 4 minutes into it, 3,000 people turned and wanted to kill me.
Right.
And I stayed up there to do my 10 fucking minutes.
Right.
Because I'm not bailing early. I'm not quitting on that shit.
Right.
That's what you asked me to do. That's what I'm doing. You're not. It's not like you would have worked Toronto and come home with nothing. You would have got paid. You would have made money.
I know that.
But you just.
All right, he's out.
He's out.
He's out.
I had to make
He
changes.
doesn't like
Crazy, but he's
working
out.
on the weekends. I think.
Yeah, I think
that's
he has such a good time on the weekends at home
the
that
only-
he wants
handle
to.
it.
Right.
The only thing I thought was wrong with the whole thing right now.
Right.
I know he quit. That's his prerogative to quit.
Right.
But he was booked on the Toronto tour. He should have said, "Listen, I'm going to do Toronto because you're on the bill."
That's true.
And
I can't argue
I'm
with
done
that.
after that. The guy who booked us there is pissed as shit. He sent his letter to Shuley yesterday. You got to see this thing.
That's not right, Scott.
You want me to do Toronto?
I wanted you to do Toronto when I came to you yesterday and the day
Do
before.
you want him to do Toronto? Stop whining.
I just.
Do you
What?
want him to do it or not?
I got to find
He
out if they
says he's
got.
willing to
I
do
got
it.
to find out if they got JD's ticket yet. If they didn't
But
get JD's ticket
because
yet,
he's driving Shuley
got
nuts with
JD's
your
ticket.
you know,
They got
I don't
JD's
need
ticket.
this fucking shit,
Is
man.
the guy in
Shuley.
Toronto happy that JD's coming?
Yeah,
He
everybody's
is?
happy that we're
All
coming.
right, so then forget Scott.
I'm
Yeah.
fine with it.
Shuley,
He's
they
out.
did get his ticket because I got an updated itinerary yesterday.
Well, there
And
you go.
It says
All right,
that
all right.
JD's
So then,
leaving on
Scott, it's too late. He's already gone crazy doing it.
Okay. Well, I just thought that we.
But you did the wrong thing there. When you commit to going to Toronto, You go. Yeah, you should have done. But if somebody here mentioned a three-way split, then Scott's right. But you could have opened the books to him, showed him what was going on, that you get 500 to 800 more. Maybe he would have been okay with it. Who knows? But all right, he's out now.
He wants to split that up too.
Right.
All right.
Robin, when
that's it.
There's an agreement that we were.
All right.
I'm not going to talk to you about this.
Scott, I think you just.
Wait a minute. When you have an agreement, and then somebody doesn't go by that agreement and just starts.
But why is it out of the three of us?
No one knows about that better than I do, Scott. But I'll tell you what. I think you're cutting off your nose to spite your face.
And why is it out of the three of us? You're the only one who's aware of this agreement.
That's a question because everyone out here is asking. Explain to me, Scott, exactly what the agreement is, because you say it was, Shuli says it wasn't, Ronnie says it wasn't. So I don't understand. I'm trying to figure out what exactly you guys, did you say, let's go on the road together, or did you say, let's go on the road together and split everything equally? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
We in the beginning, me and Ronnie had a number, and we gave it to him. And then after one or two gigs, Shuli came to us, listen, we're not making money. If we all agree to take the same amount, this X amount of dollars, going forward, we think we can make something work. Right. I said, okay.
So at that point, he said, let's all agree to take the same. But now that it's doing better, he wants a little more.
Yeah, but that was never explained to me.
All right. Well,
I mean,
there you go.
In all fairness,
right.
Scott. But in all fairness, Scott.
Here's my problem with the whole thing. When this started out, Scott could have said, I'll handle managing, because he doesn't do anything else.
Right.
He could have said, I'll handle the books.
I don't do anything.
You don't?
Anywhere. I don't do anything
really?
anywhere.
I mean, I don't know what you do.
And that way you guys can
I tried to do comedy.
Perform.
I tried to do comedy. They wouldn't stand for it. They wouldn't let me finish.
Well, the
think
audience was more against it than we were, Scott. In all fairness.
All right, guys. Listen, I'm going to sum this up. Here it is, Robin. Now you're going to know
what the book said if he was doing that.
The answer is Ronnie's block party, as we knew it, is now Ronnie's block party with guests who will accompany these guys.
The mystery block party.
The mystery block party. Scott the engineer is out.
It's a mystery why people are buying tickets to this show.
Right. I don't know why anyone's involved with this in the first place. I don't know how this is even going on.
It's the funniest business ever.
It really is.
I think our fans have lost their mind. Having to go sit and watch Ronnie yell on stage at women to take their tops off. It's crazy. But look, people seem to they love it.
They do.
According to him, they love it.
They do.
And
Surely,
if he wouldn't,
they love it.
They absolutely do. And if Scott wouldn't have missed that Chicago-Arizona weekend and we brought JD with us, like, Scott would have leverage in this situation by the means that, I don't know if people want to see somebody else. Maybe they are coming just to see Scott. But with the fact that we used JD and we saw the turnout and the energy and the way the show went, I mean, that was
so JD is in Toronto.
Here's a perfect example, a quick example. Chicago and Arizona, he didn't go to. Okay,
right.
We did really well there.
Right.
And everybody got more money. He would have got more money too.
Right. He doesn't trust.
Sense, Scott.
I'm not going to go through the numbers.
Scott doesn't trust.
He just doesn't
Scott
trust.
doesn't trust that he's really getting as much as he should.
He asked me to write up a contract last week.
He did?
Yeah. He asked me.
You're going to write up a contract? What are you, a lawyer?
Yeah, he wants me. On top of everything else I'm fucking doing, he wants me to have a contract written up stating what he's going to make, so we don't run into this problem again.
Well, if it keeps changing, the more we make, the more you take. If it keeps changing, then why should I believe that it's not going to change again when there's more money?
Of course, it's going to change. It depends on how much everybody makes because.
There's overhead. There's expenses. There's hotels.
He wants to see it. He wants to see what's
going on. I know.
I don't want to see. I don't give a shit.
I know there's expenses.
Give me my check at the end of the week, and I'm happy. I go home.
All right.
That's what I got in it for.
Okay.
To hang out.
You can't believe you're getting a check.
I'm happy. I'm thrilled.
I just thought there was an agreement, and then all of a sudden there wasn't an agreement. It was different, and I wasn't consulted. And I thought
understand that you're the only one who has this understanding?
I'm a pain in the ass.
No, you have an understanding that nobody else has.
Do you understand that?
Yeah. No.
All right, boys. I don't know how to resolve this other than...
I don't know either. I tried to talk to him yesterday
resolved.
alone.
Scott's off.
It is resolved.
Yeah. Scott's sitting home.
Ronnie, I know you're upset. You like going out on the road with
Now
Scott.
I get to mow the lawn every weekend.
Right.
So what's wrong with that?
So Scott doesn't seem all that broken up about it.
I guess not.
No, I'm not. I told you.
He makes enough money here. He doesn't need any extra.
I made a ton.
Right.
So.
What can I say?
Well, there he goes. You guys are upset because he's turning down $2,500 a weekend. And you're like, holy mackerel. He's like committing suicide. He was like with Jackie. I know the feeling. I sat down with Jackie on a private jet coming home from Vegas while Jackie was stuffing himself with shrimp cocktails and drinking and everything else. And he said to me, I don't know. I think this is my last trip. I go, really? He goes, yeah, my contract's coming up, and I think there's going to be a lot of problems.
And how many times did you think to yourself?
And then I went, well, what problem is there? You're making millions. Millions.
Right.
Millions.
Right.
I go, you have no idea. People in radio don't. Well, we're the Beatles, and I think, I could be doing a lot of other things, like punching up scripts. I go, who's going to hire you to punch up a script? Oh, you'll see.
You should have punched him up.
He told me, you held me back. I said, I held you back how? At the Friars Club, they don't want to put me on a roast. I go, why would they do that? They don't like you, so they don't like me. I go, really?
Everything is back to you.
Yeah, and then I go, well, and you know what? You're making a lot of money, and I feel like I'm a huge part of that. I go, you are a huge part of that. Yeah, but I should make a lot, and you should open your books to me. He started in with that. He goes, on the E, when they add a market and they add a market in syndication, I should get more. So if you tell me, and each market I want $25,000, and then I go, whoa, really? You think in each market you should get more? You're making a fortune. I said, do you know I can do the show without you? I'm not doubting you can do the show without me, but if this is going to go on, books have got to be open. Oh, okay. Goodbye.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel.
But Jackie and I never had the understanding that there was going to be a three-way split.
Well, it seems to be the same thing here. Jackie had an understanding of what should be that nobody else did.
Yeah, he had his own understanding.
I swear.
And he did. Fred makes more than me, Robin makes more than me, and I'm just in. And I go, you don't even know what Fred and Robin make. I don't know what Fred and Robin make. How would you know that they make more than you? I know. I go, you don't know. You don't know what Robin makes, and you don't know what Fred makes.
And that's the thing, it just, I can imagine you sitting there and in your head going, what the fuck is going on with this guy?
I said, I can't imagine another writer, whether television or radio, that makes the millions he makes. I'm talking about, like on Jay Leno's staff.
Yeah.
Jay Leno has 16 writers. I don't think any of them were making millions. I don't think on David Letterman, I don't even think his executive producer makes millions.
I know comics who write jokes and send it in for his monologue
how
and
much,
get made $50, $20.
$50.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Well, how about we pay you I'll pay you the best rate in the business. I'll pay you $50 a joke. And then if you write 10 jokes, you get $500 whole dollars.
I was talking to a guy the other day. He just started doing stand-up. He's doing it a year. I said, how do you like it? He goes, I just hope to be able to make $25 a night here in the city.
Right, $25 a night. And when I met Jackie, he was making $50 at a bachelor party.
Right. And I'm insulting him.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't need it, dude. I listen.
All right, so Scott, it's over. It's over.
That's it.
Well, you seem okay with it.
It seems like a reasonable conclusion to this whole thing to Scott.
All right. Okay, guys. All right, it's over, everybody. That's what I'm trying to establish.
Everybody move on.
Yeah.
Block Party is reborn.
Block Party is a whole new block party. JD's the man now all of a sudden.
Or maybe someone else.
Right.
It's a mystery guest.
Yeah, the mystery guest.
Maybe a mystery guest.
But by the way, you remember how JD was like not into this at all at first?
Right.
We had to totally twist his arm to do it. He's now running. He's sending me texts at 2 in the morning while we're on the road.
You know why? He went out on the road with you guys.
He got a taste of it.
He probably got paid $2,500 like Scott does.
And he got hooked up with girls.
And he had a life, yeah.
He got laid 2 nights in a row.
Yeah, two.
Well, I don't know if he got laid.
We don't know if he got laid, but there was some sort of activity with girls.
Fun with 2 different girls.
Right.
That he still talks to, I know.
That he's still talking to.
Yeah.
Where is that mush mouth?
I love him.
I mean, here, in with the new...
And he already said to me, he goes, I'm going on the L.A. trip because we're booked in L.A. in September. We got two big venues in L.A.
Hey, what is it with you that all of a sudden now what turned it around for you?
Mr. Block Party.
That you're now Mr. Block Party. What happened? Could you spend an hour getting the headphones on?
He can't swallow a pretzel.
I'm sorry, they're new headphones.
He can't put on headphones.
Well, they're new. What do you want from me?
They're no different than the other ones.
No, they are. Yes, they are.
All right.
Take them out of the wrapper.
Look how big this thing is. Listen, I am not big on...
I already think you're way more entertaining than Scott.
I'm not big on traveling and stuff.
Right, who is?
But, it's definitely fun to be with Ronnie.
You got girls.
I will say I had a lot... it was a better time with Scott, with Ronnie than it was with Scott.
Right.
So, I mean, I love Scott, but he's not Ronnie. He's no party.
So you're into it. I mean, you were texting Shuli, I want in on the block party.
Well, I mean, I saw the tweets and stuff of them out in San Francisco, and it is a good time to hang out with them.
We went to him yesterday, Toronto, because Scott quit.
Yeah.
He's there. No argument like with Chicago and Arizona.
Oh, my demands were met, so why not?
Your demands were met, all right. 2 hot chicks. Your demands were met.
So you think you'll be meeting new chicks in the big Toronto trip?
I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, what do you mean? How do you know?
Because I got girls on Twitter already tweeting me to bring JD instead of Scott, so they're waiting for him.
It's like this Twitter pimp.
Wow.
Yep.
They're waiting for him to meet him.
Yeah. No bullshit,
It's
dude.
unbelievable.
It's unreal. Howard, at one point, I'm backstage. Ronnie and JD are on stage in Chicago, and there is like 20 chicks with their hands, like the Beatles, with their hands up, running to the front of the stage. And I'm going, in what world do chicks run up to these two guys like that?
Very surreal.
Wow. Yeah, no wonder you want to be on the tour.
It's all right.
And you get money.
Shuli, don't even pay him.
Well, come on. Then I quit.
Now, will he get what Scott got? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And he'll get bumped up if we make more money. He's going to get bumped up just like I will and everybody else will.
You'll have a girlfriend in Toronto, a girlfriend in Chicago, a girlfriend in, where was the other
L.A.,
place?
San Diego.
And soon to be Jamaica.
Well, I don't know about Jamaica.
We got Rhode Island. We got Long Island. We got New Jersey.
Yeah, Long Island's a little
coming up
closer to
next.
home.
That's all next month.
Yeah. Do you know about any of these girls that want to meet you that Ronnie's talking about?
Listen,
He knows.
He does? How does he know?
He keeps it quiet. He knows.
He's so quiet. He can't talk.
Look at this team. I mean, who wouldn't pay money to see these two? In a second.
So you all set for Toronto? Do you know what you're going to do on stage?
I mean, nothing with Ronnie.
I hope he does this.
I gotta say, when we get together backstage, and we put things together just like that, boom, and
you guys just sort of improvise.
And we do it. Yeah, we do.
Well, I sort of go after Ronnie's lead. It is Ronnie's block party, so I just sort of follow his lead. There is sort of one thing that
Can you imagine 10 years from now, JD's paying child support in 10 different countries?
He's like ODB.
That ain't happening.
Why don't you eat a pretzel on stage? That was funny yesterday when you eat a pretzel and then talk. He put shit in his mouth and let him talk.
Eat a pretzel and read Ronnie's winter poem.
Okay, here I am with a bag of chips in my mouth. Okay, now
These are his impressions.
I'm going to put my mouth full of watermelon and do sliced alone.
Wow. It's crazy. All right. Well, good luck, boys, on the road.
Well,
and
thanks,
JD,
man.
good
It's
luck.
all because of you anyway, so.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. Could the
Scott
mystery guest...
considers himself quite a
We'll
draw.
Let me ask you the last
Can we
question.
take you one weekend?
No, I'll be the mystery guest.
He's the mystery guest.
Could the
you
mystery
too.
guest ever be Scott the engineer? Like, would that ever happen, you think? Like, all of a sudden he shows up?
Why not?
Why
It
not?
could be. All right. Wow, that'd be crazy.
Can you imagine that now, instead of taking $2,500,
He's getting nothing.
he's going to sit at home and get nothing.
And mow the lawn.
And then JD's going to have $2,500 plus
girls.
chicks.
Well, this is a big Jerry Maguire moment. He showed us. He walked out. He grabbed his goldfish.
Yeah, well, you know what? He'll
That's
show
right.
you. Wait till there's a Scott the Engineer block party.
Yeah, I love how everything's a joke when he gets busted for it.
Right.
You know, I was pranking you guys.
He's a
Don't you get-
comedian.
The
Yeah.
Black Cloud Tour.
Yeah, it was just some fun and games.
Because Ronnie heard about that he went to Sound Richard
Right.
and offered that. And Ronnie was not happy about that.
Right.
No, I felt that.
Yeah, he was undermining
Yeah,
it.
really. I thought it was
Yeah,
really wrong.
and he
I
could
thought
do it
was
with
my
you
friend,
if
but I
he
guess
really
not.
wants to do it. He could do it with you guys.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you.
All right, man.
All right,
Thank
JD.
you.
Good luck, man.
Thank you.
How many girls do you have lined up from in Toronto? Like right now?
Couple.
A couple.
Yeah, at least
Two
a couple.
or three.
Maybe three.
Three.
Maybe more. Who knows? You know, you don't know who's. There's a lot. I know
It's
there's a
just
lot of
been
girls showing
announced,
up in
yeah.
Toronto.
Ever
'Cause
since he
I'm
did
getting-
well on that ugly app, he's
I see him.
No.
What's that?
Ever since he
I
did
don't
well
wanna
on that
talk-
ugly
I won't
app.
talk about that.
What, the ugly app?
He doesn't like that. You know.
I won't. I don't even
Ugly
bring
app
that
beat
up.
out Angry Birds is number
I
one.
know, whatever. Good
Yeah.
luck to him. I hope he puts his kid through college. It's great.
All right.
By the way, Howard, I just want to tell you, last week when I fired Scott on the air, I got an email when I got back to my desk from Grillo.
What did he say?
God, Grillo wants on the
He wants in?
The email said, I can do 5 minutes and I don't complain.
Is Grillo someone you'd consider taking out on
Why
the road?
not? We'd let him
Really?
go up and
Grillo
do
hasn't
3,
been
5
with the
minutes.
show for like 20 years or something.
Yeah, well, you give it a shot.
But he's associated, so it could be even like KC could end up on
Yeah,
the show.
right.
Yeah.
Definitely, for sure,
Right.
KC.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely. Doors wide open, man. It's like a variety show, this thing.
King of All Blacks, you're on the air.
Yeah, Howard, I think that the money is a distraction. I think that his wife told him that he wants him home on the weekends. So
I don't know. She's got to want money, too. I think she's probably angry about this.
I don't know.
You know, everyone used to blame, like when my situation with Jackie or something, they blame like Jackie's wife and stuff. But point is, it was Jackie.
Right.
You know what I mean? Jackie had to have a brain in his head, too.
Yeah, well, you got to
No
figure
woman ever told me what to do in business.
Yeah, you got to
I figured it out for myself.
The final decision's got to be his, right?
Right.
Well, at
Hey,
the end
can
of the
I
day.
be a mystery guest?
What's that?
I'll be a mystery guest.
Yeah, we don't have black people on the tour. Sorry. Thanks, King.
Wow. That's pretty harsh.
Yeah.
You don't need the money, man.
King of All Blacks could be on the tour.
Absolutely.
He doesn't need the money. He's got
I love him.
All right. Thank you, King. All right, boys. Enough of
Thanks,
this.
man.
People write me letters.
Thank you.
Don't talk about Ronnie's block party.
All right.
Scott, it's over, Johnny.
My name's not Johnny.
I'm sorry, it's over, Scotty.
Well, I don't know if you got
This controversy sort of went out with a whimper.
Well, what am I going to do?
That he's still talking.
Well, did any part of you think, let me just suck it up, it's extra cash, or your principles are just too strong this time?
I have strong principles.
I'm going on the LA trip.
And you just figured that Shuli's doing some shady things behind the scenes, maybe with that Sequoia character as well. And you just there's a huge lack of trust for you.
What happened?
Listen, I don't know what was going on, but they wouldn't tell me what was going on, so I don't know. So obviously, I don't know what was going on. You know, and when somebody doesn't want to tell you what's going on, then they already put suspicion on themselves. So
They are. Yes, they are.
I don't know. I don't think I was asking for a lot. In other words, I could have. That could have. Well, it all just backfired according to everybody else. But I mean, you know, if I asked for equal, which I thought I deserved, I thought we all deserved equal, then we could make $10 one weekend, and then I'd be out all that money. That was kind of a gamble on my part as well. So I don't see where I'm doing it for the money. I'm walking away from all that money. So I guess my principles are too strong. Right?
Are the Jackie comparisons unfounded? Do you
Yeah,
believe that they're accurate?
Forget Jackie. All right, they have nothing to do. He didn't have an agreement with Howard. Howard had nothing to do with it. I thought I had an agreement with these guys. I thought we were three together in this. We promote, we do, you know, nobody does more than anybody else. Shuli goes out for more, 15 minutes more on stage than me and Ronnie. I don't know. I don't see where the comparison is. We're on the road the same amount of time. We're at the venues. We're at the meet and greets. I don't think anybody does any more than anybody else. We do all the promotion. We do it all here. I don't understand where one person thinks he deserves more than another person. Okay, we all did equally. So that's a problem with me. So I don't understand that. That's all.
Plus, your phone charges have to be through the roof with all the roaming.
Oh my God!
The data use.
Oh my God! I got to use my phone. It's wear and tear on the phone. I'm going to have to get another phone. I mean, really, they don't pay that expense.
Scott, in all seriousness, how many hundreds or thousands of dollars away are you guys from an agreement? Like, how much could he throw at you?
It's not a lot, and I'm trying to tell you, it's not the money. I'm trying to tell you that it's not a lot. So it's just a point of me being fair. It's just about being fair.
About justice.
So I don't think they were being fair, and that's
the American way.
If that is my fault, I mean a fault of mine, that I wanted things to be fair because I thought we started this together and we built it together. All of a sudden, somebody decides, hey, we're making a lot more money. Let me go in the cash register before everybody gets to count it. And I think that's what happened. So, you want to come and discuss among us. All of a sudden, you're giving yourself a raise. I don't know who made him boss anyway. So, whatever. That's the way it is. And they don't, want to talk about things. They, want to go ahead, like I said on the air, they book things without me knowing. Scott, we're going to prop you up, and you have to be here, and you have to be here, and you have to be here. I don't work for him. I thought it was like we worked together. All of a sudden, he was the boss. That's not going to happen. I don't work for him. So,
if honesty and integrity are wrong, then you don't want to be right.
Whatever. I was just thought it would be fair for everybody.
Shuli.
Yes, sir.
It seems finally we've established some resolution in the matter.
Yeah, we have some closure finally. Long overdue.
So the Jackie comparisons rang true for you?
That's all I could think about when this whole thing was going on was, I imagine this is what it must have been like dealing with Jackie. Like, it's somebody that is just never happy. They're never going to be happy, I could open every figure to him that he wants. It's still, he's going to find something to complain about and bitch about. I don't need it. I don't need to fucking have it.
Sorry, you still maintain that he's getting the fairest shake he could possibly get for what he brings to the...
For what he brings to the table, he's well over fair. He's well over fair, and that's really my point in all this is, there's guys who are bringing much more to the table who are making much less, and they got nothing to cry about. They're not bitching. They're not asking to see this and that. He's doing very well, and it's not enough for him. And the bottom line is he doesn't trust me. And I'm not going to work with somebody who doesn't trust me, and he's a quitter. I don't deal with quitters. I don't do that, You do it, you do it.
Now you move on, and now you move north.
Yeah, we're going to Toronto. JD stepped up to the plate. He is a team player. He enjoys being there. He enjoys the party, and so does Ronnie. And the vibe, really, with those two was excellent. It was probably my favorite weekend that we've done so far. So, Look, I'm excited. I'm just glad this is over with. I've been stressing with this for the last few weeks, and it's just been making me nuts. And I got enough shit in my life. This guy's life's almost over. I don't know what the fuck he's worried about. Mine's just starting. I got a fucking kid to raise. And I gotta fucking hold this guy's hand through life. I'm tired of holding people's hands. I just want to hold my hand. That's all.
JD, now you become a permanent fixture on this tour. You're the permanent replacement.
I guess. I don't know.
Your first few forays into the block party world were extremely successful. Do you feel pressure to maintain this success?
Of course.
How do you plan on combating
that's almost that's probably the one of the reasons why I'm a little hesitant to go out and do all the shows, because then I put pressure on myself that if they don't sell out, then I'm like fucking or something, you know what I mean? So if they're not a success,
in your wildest, I feel terrible. Nearly 10 years ago, you started here as an intern. In your wildest dreams, did you ever see yourself being a money-making act on the road?
No, I did not. I still don't. I don't.
We'll start to believe it, Mister, because it's happening.
I guess.
Ron.
Yeah.
Let's talk block party.
Let's talk it.
Let's talk future.
All right.
Finally, some resolution for your boy Scott. Not the one you had hoped for.
I'm not happy about it. Believe me. I don't know if he believes me, because I know he doesn't trust Shuli, so I don't even know if he trusts me, to be honest with you. You can't work in an environment like that when you don't trust somebody. I don't know how he, whatever. Shuli told him he makes more money than him. I don't understand it, but I tried. I tried to talk to him yesterday, alone with me and him, and he's just got this thing in his head now, and that's it. And I think, to be honest with you, I think he's sorry. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I don't know. I mean, I'd love to see it turn around. But right now for the Toronto trip, they already booked his plane ticket. We took a hit. We're going to lose money because of him not coming now. Because they already booked his plane ticket. So he gets his plane ticket. It's good for a year. And he does what he wants with it. But we're the ones who have to pay for it out of the money from the weekend, So I'm not happy about it, but the show must go on, as they say. And I like the idea of this mystery guest thing. Bringing different people on the tour. Let fans see different people from the show. Be great. We could even bring Penthouse girls that have been on the show. We could bring Rick's girls that that have been on the show. We could bring, anybody who's associated, we could bring as a mystery guest. I think it would be cool.
Are Scott's fears and lack of trust justified in your opinion, or is he just being completely over the top?
Dude, and I'm being totally honest, if I cared that much, I would be in the same position, asking to see breakdowns and all that shit. I mean, my name is on it, okay? Plain and simple. It's the Ronnie Munn Block Party. But to me, this is it's fun. I'm not looking at it as a fucking business like the way he's looking at it. I'm looking at it. You go out on the weekend, and like I'm telling you, you've been to our block parties in the beginning. Even in the beginning, when we weren't selling shit tickets, people still came to see us. They were thrilled, right or wrong. You were there, and they. Rob, the other camp, he goes on our road trips with us. He could tell you, man, people, they love seeing us. They love sitting there. They love taking pictures. They love hanging out. They love having a drink with us. They love the show, even though, you know, sometimes it's a train wreck, but whatever. People love that we come.
So you do it for the love and for the fun, and you make some money that's secondary, and it's great.
And some money, it's a good weekend's pay, man.
Right, that's the other thing. He's throwing away a lot of cash right now.
I don't understand it, but you'll have to ask him.
You can only lead a horse to water. You can't force him to drink.
I tried to make him drink yesterday, but it didn't work, obviously. He's got this hang-up with Shuley, man, about money.
He's acting more like a big bald mule than a horse.
Well, what can I say?
The show must go on, and it will.
Yeah, we got, JD's coming to Toronto. He already booked his plane ticket and canceled it. Well, not canceled his, but he does have a plane ticket. You know,
got that going for him. He's got a flight credit.
Yeah, he's got a flight credit on Air Canada. Whether he'll ever use it or not, who knows?
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Gary Dell'Abate, wearing my blazer. On Monday's wrap-up show, we talked to our program director, Tim Sabian, about his motorcycle accident, how he broke a couple of ribs. We're still not sure how it happened, and why Tim wouldn't take painkillers until he knew what was wrong with him. Here's what happened.
Our program director has courageously made his way down here. And Tim, man, I heard broken ribs, and honestly, I'm surprised you're even here today.
Well, it's very painful anytime you break ribs, whatever. It's any motion or breathing or whatever is painful, but you just got to get through it. That's all.
Can I ask a question? Because I'm still unclear. You were going up a hill. You stood up on the bike, and that's how you broke the ribs?
Well, I was going up this hill. It was about a 30-degree incline, and it was maybe about 20, 30 feet long as far as the length of the hill. And I'm going up the hill on the bike, and as I got up to the top of the hill, I stood up on the pegs. And as I stood up on the pegs, I felt like something snap in my back twice. Whoa. I'm like, holy God. And then I just collapsed. And then next thing you know, I'm tumbling down the hill. And thank God the bike didn't roll on top of me.
So you fell off the bike?
Yeah.
So you think you broke your ribs before you even fell off the bike?
Yeah, I think so. That's my opinion. I don't know. It's just one of those freak things. And I tumbled down the hill. And
How
then
far?
My buddy Paul came to my rescue and put his knee in my back because I told him, I said, I need support there. Oh. And I didn't move. My buddy Frankie, I think, called the ambulance. And I had my other pal, Mark and Anthony there. And they couldn't believe it. So I got in the ambulance and they took me to the hospital. And they did a CAT scan and everything. And after the CAT scan, they came back and told me I had 2 broken ribs, 9 and 10.
So two questions. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, it's a good thing that you had all these buddies
Right.
around. You're
Oh
in the
my
middle
God!
of freaking
These
nowhere,
guys
right?
are the absolute best on the planet. I mean, there's a brotherhood and a camaraderie with these guys that is just beyond, and we just have fun together. And they're great dirt bike riders. Frankie owns a bagel company, and Paulie owns a vending machine company, and Anthony works on a road construction, and Mark owns buildings here in New York City. And,
Do you go with the same group every time?
Yeah. These guys are great. They're just great guys, and they're really into bikes. And Paul just rebuilt my entire bike, which is, it's a 450 Honda, and rebuilt everything. Just put all this stuff on. It's incredible.
Tim, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Are you high right now? I mean,
No,
on painkillers.
Yeah, you said you weren't going to take the medication.
They gave me some morphine. I don't take any of that shit. But they gave me some morphine. When I first came into the emergency room, they said, we need to give you something for your pain. I said, no. I said, find out what's wrong first, and then I'll decide whether I want to take painkillers or not. And once they found out that it was broken ribs, then I said, okay. Then they gave me some morphine, and oh my God, it was like whoop-ha.
Why wouldn't you want to take the painkillers first?
I just don't like taking any. I just, aspirin's, is about as extreme, or vitamins is as extreme as I like to get. They gave me some pills to take, but I don't take. I take a leave instead. So I'm taking those like every, 4 hours or so. But that's about it. I just don't, want to mask it.
I have 2 questions for you. How far did you fall down the hill once you fell off the bike?
Probably about 10 feet.
And how long did it take the ambulance to get there?
Literally 7 minutes. It was insane how quick and how fast they responded. And the people that responded, the people in the hospital were just incredible. And it was ironic. It all happened in the village of Howard. And I took a picture of it and I gave it to Jason, so he'll post it on the website on howardstern.com. But in the village of Howard, it all happened in.
So will you recover and ride again?
Oh, absolutely. It's just one of those things that happen. I mean, you could be walking down the street and something like this happens. It's, it's just a part of it. I mean, I've hurt myself before on bikes and broke arms and that kind of thing, and my leg, and it's just stuff that happens, and you can't let it beat you down. It's just one of those freak things.
And Howard thinks you're crazy doing this. You know that. Robin too, going out and running dirt bikes.
That's their opinion. And I may think that he's crazy playing chess. I don't criticize.
Has anybody ever died doing that?
Lost a finger.
No, you never know. But the point is that everybody has their thing, and for me, I enjoy riding a dirt bike because of the fact that all you do is focus on one thing, and it's staying alive. And it really clears your head. And I love the fact of being outside, outdoors, and it's just something I enjoy doing. And I feel very, very, very comfortable riding a dirt bike, and I've been doing it a long, long time. And it's just one of those things. I'm 57. Maybe I shouldn't be jumping the kind of stuff or doing the kinds of things that I did. But I ran that hill the day before without any problems all day long, no problems whatsoever. And it was just one of those freak things. And I really believe that when I stood up, I popped my back, or my ribs popped and broke, and it wasn't the bike or whatever. It was just one of those freak things.
So you don't have a death wish, like he's saying.
No.
And you're in constant pain right now, so when you do normal things, it hurts.
Yeah. Although I was lying there on top of the ground that day immediately after the accident. And I was thinking,
yourself?
No, I says, I want to be under the ground right now. It was so painful.
Like, if you had to fart, would that hurt?
Oh God, anything, any movement.
How about
anything.
wiping?
Just anything just hurts. Anything just. I mean, it's excruciating, and I'm not even kidding. It's not even like fun or funny in any which way, shape, or form.
How are you?
It's excruciating.
How are you, is your buddy Paul or your pal Mike? Are any of them? Mark, sorry. Are you staying with any of them now? Like, who's taking care of you at home?
Well, I'm doing today's really the first day, so I'm just going to muddle through it depending on how bad things get.
This morning when you woke up, did you think twice about rolling out of bed?
Oh, it was freaking painful. I got up this morning at 3:00 just so I could get ready to come to work. Putting on your underwear is a challenge. It's and I tried to get a shirt on, and I just couldn't. I just whatever I could just put on, I put on. And that was it. So,
Tim, I understand that you are dedicated to the channels and to the show. There's no doubt. But I think that universally everyone would forgive. We goof on you, but we'd forgive you for not coming in because you have 2 broken ribs.
Well, no, there's
stuff to be. Would Howard?
Absolutely.
Because of motorcycle accidents?
Well, he would go,
Yeah.
Tim did something stupid, but he would understand why he wasn't coming in.
It wasn't-
He doesn't understand why he's on the motorcycle.
It wasn't stupid what I did. It was a freak thing, and I have a responsibility. You know, it's like Robin after her thing. She's in the next day, or any of you would do it. You just don't blow this off. This is a heavy duty responsibility.
But you need to recover.
Yeah, I should be really laying down for a couple of days and just relaxing and chilling out. But I'll get there.
In other words, if laying down for 3 days gets you back to a place where you can use you better, that's better than a month of you. Yeah. I walk by Tim, I go, "You look terrible," and I said, "I take that back. You look miserable." He just looks miserable.
Why don't we have like a bed, like one of those rolling hospital?
No, but you know what? I tell you, I feel good. It's just when I move quickly or move my arms or twist or turn. That's the only time it hurts.
Take the painkillers.
Yeah. I'll be loopier in a...
Then what?
I don't know.
That'll be
loopy.
fun.
Yeah, take the painkillers.
Yeah.
So on Tuesday's wrap-up show, the guys in the wrap-up show, Gary and John, tried to trap me and get me to say something bad against gay marriage, and I didn't. I explained myself very logically. You listen for yourself.
Don in Missouri, welcome to the wrap-up show.
Hey, what's up today? I love the Victoria Jackson interview, and I'm going to tell you the reason why. Finally, someone stood up to Howard and Robin with their insufferable arrogance about their opinion about gay marriage and said something contrary that over half the country agrees with. Just because the last 20 years of political correctness, they want to change the definition of the word that's been an institution in civilization since the dawn of man. There's people like me that agree with her. There are millions upon millions that just don't want the definition changed, and I loved it, and I thought it was great.
Don, can I ask you a question? Because I really don't know. What are you basing... Oh, he's gone?
Yeah.
No, I was going to say, what is he basing the number that half the country... I don't know the answer. Like,
I mean, it used to be... I think it may be a little in the other direction.
Quite a few people do feel that way.
Yeah, and I think there was a period of time where half the country didn't
feel that way.
I think there was a period of time where half the country didn't think blacks should vote.
Okay, why do you feel that way? You think the word marriage is for...
I just feel like for me, I couldn't give a shit. But if you're asking my opinion, I think that as long as every right that there is equal, okay, that from visiting to handing down, inheritance and all the other stuff. If all that is equal, which I think it should be, and all we're fighting about is a name, then I kind of say, well, that's what you're redefining my word. Who's to say you can redefine?
Well, how do you define marriage?
To me, marriage is between a man and a woman.
I got a question for you. It's
quite obvious it was a family type structure thing, and but I'd be willing to do it, but just give me something in return. That's the joke I've always made, but it's sort of I feel the same.
Like call it like quietly like fag marriage or something like that.
If there were,
why? It's not the same. Two guys is not the same as a guy and a girl, right?
But why is it? Why is it not?
If two people are in love with each other and want to get married, what does it matter if they're both female or both male?
Yeah, agreed. We're talking just in name only, because in practice, I think they should have every right that I should.
But because it was the thing is things change and except for the things that people don't want to change, because so you're now basing it, it's always been this way, so it shouldn't be this way. But lots of things in this country have always been this way and then changed.
Yeah, and you're asking me to change, and my opinion is no,
which is fine.
I'll just keep it.
So here's a question: if there were a national referendum on gay marriage, would you vote for it, against it, or not vote at all?
It would depend on the other half of it. If all the rest of the stuff was already passed legal, that they had every right, then I probably would vote against it. But if my vote meant that they were going to now be able to visit each other in a hospital or have an inheritance, then I would vote.
Why are you so hung up on the word?
Again, it's issue number 1,000. So I'm not that hung up. But to me, it's you're asking me to think differently. It's like you're telling me 2 + 2 is now 5. It's not. But that was two guys together. That's not marriage to me.
But that's the same argument when they wrote the Constitution and blacks in this country were considered a piece of property, not a human. That's what it is. Blacks are property. They're not humans. You're asking me to rewrite it, and then somebody rewrote it.
No,
because it was always that way.
No. That's not why I think that. I don't think it's just because it was always that way. I just sort of feel that marriage wasn't. It's a religious sort of thing meant for family structure, so that you can have a family and kids and all that sort of stuff.
In legal documents, is it even called marriage? Is that the
in a marriage certificate? I think
is it called marriage, or is it?
No idea.
I kind of lean toward you. Like, I'm 100%. If we're gonna have a government sanctioned marriage, gays should be allowed to. Is the name such a big deal? But I do see the point that it lends itself to like people to discrimination, to people having like, oh, it's not really the same if it's.
If you're going to make it different, then it's never the same.
In other words, to me, even if the name were the same and two guys who lived next door to me who were supposedly married, I would never look at it as the same.
But that's different. That's your opinion that you're entitled to have.
Well, that's all we're asking. My opinion.
Do you see that some people would look at it as lesser because it's not called marriage?
Right. That's what it is. You're saying there's marriage and there's whatever we gave you guys.
No,
which is not real marriage.
What if it was just called gay marriage?
If you were coming just from the perspective of like gay people saying, "Hey, we want to be treated better," would you say, "Yeah, it's better that it's called marriage"?
I don't think that anyone would treat him differently because of the name. I don't.
Dave in Maryland, you're on the wrap-up show. Dave, you're there. Hey, how you doing?
I'm here. I got to say, one thing I'll take issue with is you said that Victoria Jackson's perspective is unique. I don't think it's that unique. I think a lot of people believe this. By the way, I am a fiscal conservative, socially liberal atheist who thinks that gays have the right to do whatever they want, including the rights of marriage. Although what I don't understand is, why do we have marriage at all sanctioned by the government? Everybody should have a civil union. Your church should marry you. And get Gary Johnson on to discuss this with Howard so he can actually have a libertarian perspective that he could probably agree with.
And I'll tell you one thing that would bother me. If we get to the point where gay marriage is totally legal, I guarantee you at some point they force that on churches. You know, if a Catholic priest has to, against his will, marry two gay guys, then I'm totally against it.
I don't know that they can do that, but I guess a lot of it has to do with where you get funds from. In other words, if
they
you get
probably can't, but then they're going to say, well, you're tax exempt, so you have to do this now. And that argument will come down there, and that's a slippery thing.
On Wednesday's wrap-up show, there was a lot of anger in the room, specifically Ronnie. He wondered why Will was getting on his case, and Will wondered why Ronnie was getting on his case, but we all agreed that they're angry. The question is, who's the angrier guy? You decide for yourself.
Ronnie, did you enjoy meeting Valerie Bertinelli today?
Very much.
You a fan?
Yeah, big fan.
Were you
she looked great.
Weren't you 30 when that show was on?
Stop it now.
Were you a fan of hers during One Day at a Time?
She was hot, man.
And how do you think she's holding up?
She looks really good. I mean, she's the same age as I think, as Lisa G.
No.
Yeah.
A little younger, maybe. But do you think she looks?
No.
I think around there, right?
Yeah, around.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Lisa looks good, but Valerie's great. She's about 35.
Looked great too. Do you think it's because we see her when she was at her prime, and we're still seeing that in her, or is it that she looks so great? Like, or is it harder that she looks so great?
I think there's two things going. You still see the beautiful girl you knew, and you could see that in her face, and that all holds up. And then you see how out of shape she got and how she pulled it back in, and that carries a lot of weight too. Pardon the pun.
I think how she looked earlier in life carries some weight, but I think ultimately I thought she looked great today. Very pretty woman.
Awesome.
Yeah, in fact, JD was grumbling about something, and I just heard her go, when she left, he goes, "Do you see those jeans she's wearing?"
Yeah, I think JD was kind of into her. I should get JD down here. I want to ask him a different question. I heard Will was upset with you today. Is this going?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on with him. He'll do anything to pick on me lately. I don't know.
I know what happened.
What happened, Gary? I don't know.
I'm not saying what's wrong. I'll tell you what happened, and then you guys can discuss it. I had to go up to talk to Mel, and on my way down in the lobby, which I'm almost never in during the show, I saw Ronnie talking to some of the security people. So when I go in, Will is frantic, and he goes, "Where the fuck is Ronnie? Valerie Bertinelli's downstairs. She doesn't have ID. I got to get her up." And I just happened to know that Ronnie was in the lobby, but Will did not know to go there to look for him. And Will's rap is like, "You're supposed to be close by while you're in the lobby."
I am close by, and I was expecting her to come because it was already like almost 10 to 8. So I was waiting in the lobby to get her in quick so we can get her release signed and everything else.
So are you and Will sort of goofing on each other, or is it turning into
I
something
don't know if it's
a little
goofing. I don't know
weird?
what his deal is.
Well, did you let Will know that you were in the lobby?
No.
Why
I didn't
not?
know I had to let Will know I was in the lobby. Usually, I wait for a guest. I don't usually. Will doesn't tell me to go wait or where to wait for a guest. But when a guest, it seems like a guest is later when she's due one at 8:00 and it's 10 to 8 and she's not here. I'll go outside to see if she's in, like getting checked in, at the front desk or whatever, and she wasn't there. So I figured, okay, at this point already, I'll wait to get her in quicker. I didn't know she didn't have ID.
Do you think Will had reason to be concerned?
I think there's something going on between them, but I think that probably when you go outside, like when I went up to see Mel, I told everybody, listen, I'm going up to see Mel. I'm not here. If you need me, that's where I'll be.
Okay.
So if you go out to the lobby, it's not the worst thing in the world to say to me or Will, I'm going to be in the lobby now, because we do need you sometimes when the guests get stuck. But it wasn't that big a deal.
Yeah, what's going on with you two? Because it seems like you kind of had a joking thing, and it's kind of boiled over into something beyond joking.
I don't know, man. He likes to rile me up. I think I don't know what it is lately.
What do you think?
He likes to stick a needle in my back all the time.
Why do you think that
I don't
is?
know. That's just Will. Will's an angry guy. Nobody realizes how angry he is.
I think he's a lot less angry than he used to be.
I don't know about that.
Well,
I just don't think he shows it to everybody. See, now he
he
lets it out on me.
He lets it out when he's mad.
Who's angrier, you or Will?
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. It's a close deal. It's a very close deal. You don't realize what a close deal it is.
How close of a deal is it?
What's that?
How close of a deal is it?
He's angry.
You giving him the edge over you?
No, I say we're about even right now.
JD, you're an expert on both. Who's the angrier guy, Will or Ronnie?
I don't know. I would almost. God, I don't know. They're.
See, you can't even make a decision.
Yeah,
you see?
it is really tough. It depends.
I think Will has a lot more control over his anger.
Will Murray, are you an angry guy? That's
Yes.
what's being tossed out here. Are you angrier
but it's much
than
better than it used to be.
Are you angrier than Ronnie?
No.
He didn't say it was a close deal.
Well, that's him. What do you
I'm
think
aware.
he's gonna
I'm aware
say?
of that. What?
You're aware of that.
We were saying that Ronnie was saying that there's something weird going on between you two. Like you're kind of breaking each other's balls, but there's a little more to it.
No, I'm
than
not
that.
breaking his balls. He's breaking mine lately.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, we were looking for Ronnie this morning. I couldn't find him. It
I
was
was
irritating.
here. I was here.
You didn't tell anybody where you went.
What is this? What am I in kindergarten?
Listen, we need to know where you are.
I was right.
That happens
If
a
I'm-
lot. There's a bunch of these dopey people that don't bring ID with them for some reason.
Why you call him Valerie Bertinelli dopey now?
I'm saying it was a dopey move. I'm not saying she is dopey. I'm
Well,
saying
you did,
who travels
because
around New York
she had
City
no
without an
ID on
ID
her.
are there? Yeah, exactly.
Meanwhile, I went down there immediately and got her up
Not
here
immediately. No, we had to find you. Like a 5-year-old.
Well, why
track you down.
Well, why do you need to be aware of where
You're at an
Ronnie
age
is?
where you could get lost and not know where you are, and then we have to find you.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
why do you need to be aware of where Ronnie
don't
is?
take Ronnie
so
to the
everybody
ball.
understands?
Mr. Comedian.
It's just funny because, like I said, he's important to the show about 7 minutes out of the day. And it seems like 4 of those 7 minutes I can never find him.
I was
He's always
waiting
just
for
busy
the guest
socializing, doing the Ronnie Munn show.
Since it was 10 to 8, I was waiting for the guest in the lobby.
Well, again, like I said,
get her in quick.
If you had said to Scott, "Hey, I'm going to wait out,"
Scott, what do I have to
anybody,
tell
'cause-
Scott for?
because you and him sit together and talk about God knows what every day. So that's usually where we can find you sleeping. So I
Yeah,
knew
okay.
that's the first place.
Now I'm sleeping.
That's the first place I would go
Okay.
to talk to you.
All right, take it easy.
I'm just
Where's
saying.
where's your sponge to clean your cup out?
I threw it out. It was
All right.
getting a little gross.
Yeah, it looked a little shitty this morning.
What's the underlying anger between these two?
I don't know. I think they just love to bust people's balls, and
I think it with too much alike.
when they're
That's what it
when
is.
they're busting each other's
Too angry.
balls, it's
We're
like
both
World
angry,
War.
and he just won't admit it.
No, I love Ronnie. I said I was angry.
Do you guys think you're similar? I mean, other than the anger, are there other personality traits that you both share?
No, but I think, like he said, I think we both have short fuses and we get angry easily. Like I said, I've been trying to control that much better.
Now, Scott Salem got his anger under control.
What?
Well,
yeah, right. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Until he
yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah, until Tim walks in.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Gary Dell'Abate. On Monday's wrap-up show, we talked about how Howard critiqued my appearance on Jimmy Fallon. Said I looked fat, and he loved that I used the term pieces of vinyl. Here's what happened.
Gary, something we brought up before you came in, where Howard's reaction to you having 4,000 pieces of vinyl. And Steve asked me, do I call? I say, no, I call them records. But, like, why do you think he has such a reaction to that?
I just think that's just what he picked up on today. You think that if I said I had 4,000 records, he wouldn't have made fun of that?
I don't know. That, in particular, seemed to get under his skin today.
He just wants to fuck with me.
Is pieces a term that people use, or did you just
miss
that?
People say that sometimes. It may not be. People have said that. It's not ridiculous, but it's ridiculous to him. It's ridiculous to have the records.
Well, how did you feel about his critique of your appearance on Jimmy Fallon? I did notice that you didn't go in to discuss it.
No. Here's what I'll say. I got up on Saturday morning. I went to Twitter and read every imaginable insult that could be hurled at me about my teeth, about licking my lips, about what a bore I am, about how much Howard hates me, all of that. None of them said I was fat. So I thought that was funny that Howard goes, oh my God, he was so fat. You could see his belly hanging over. And I watch a lot of late night shows. Everybody that comes on a show does not wear a jacket. Some people don't.
Mm-hmm. So why was Howard calling you fat? Do you think he doesn't think you're fat?
I don't know what he's up to. I think this is funny. Howard's been calling a lot of people fat lately. And I sometimes wonder when Howard thinks he's fat. First of all, Howard's never been fat in 20 years, or 15 years or whatever. And he was saying today to James Franco that, he's skinny fat or whatever. But Howard will put on like 4 pounds, and in his mind, he'll be fat. And I think sometimes he obsesses and then projects. When he feels fat, everybody else is fat.
So you're saying Howard feels like he may be a little overweight, so anybody he talks to or sees is therefore overweight in his eyes?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, he's definitely been saying it to me and you and other people.
Well, anybody, yeah. Everybody's overweight. Listen, in his world, overweight is, it's if you're 10 pounds underweight, you're 5 pounds overweight.
Yeah, why does he have that perspective? You're right. He's a thin, in-shape guy.
I sort of get it. He was a heavy guy for a decent chunk of his life, and then he got really skinny. And it's a fear to go back.
I've never seen this fat Howard.
Oh, he was.
I've seen the pictures from camp, and he's like skinny like a rail.
But then later on, he got fat. When I first met him, maybe he thought he was fatter than he was. I know that the story that he tells on the air all the time that really traumatizes him was that he was walking with his parka on and his whole ass filled with the parka. Somebody walked by and go, "Hey, fat ass!" And there's another one where they were at a concert. I think it was a Rolling Stones concert at RFK Stadium, and somebody yelled, "Sit down, fat ass!" And Howard was like, "I can't. Is that me?" And it was really upsetting to him.
But once he took the weight off, he hasn't gone back. I mean, he's been very strict about that. But you're right. I have noticed that he will say he's fat, and he looks anything but.
Exactly. I mean, he's in pretty amazing shape, and I don't know if I'm allowed. He's going to get older soon. He's going to be 60 in January. He's in fucking great shape. He doesn't look like anybody his age.
How did you feel doing Fallon? Like, were you thinking, what's Howard going to goof on? Or
I thought it was great. Howard said he spoke to me for like 4 or 5 minutes. I think he spoke to everybody for like 5 minutes. But again, I'm the third guest. I'm lucky to be on. I'm not expecting him to do an in-depth interview with me. He's a great guy. It's a great experience over there. They treat you like a king. And the point was to go on. Of course, we're talking about vinyl. We're promoting the show. It wasn't like I went there to talk about the Howard Stern show and hijacked it to talking about vinyl.
Well, I thought you did a good job.
And I thought I did a good job promoting the Howard Stern show. I talked about the Billy Joel interview. The Sirius XM plug got in. Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
Were you mad that here's the one thing I got a little bit of on Twitter too. Were you mad that I didn't mention you?
What do you mean?
That I didn't say, I do a show with my buddy John Hine.
No, I figured you guys discussed it before, and you're saying you're just going to talk about. No, I don't care. I mean, what are you going to do in that situation? You answer the questions.
Because there were some people like, I can see. Here's the crack between Sean and Gary. The friendship is over.
Well, I told you I was totally jealous you were doing it, but as we talked about off the air, I said, if you're going to promote the show, you have to do it.
And I wanted John to be there. It's totally easier when there's two of us than one.
John, did you get to do anything?
Hold on a second.
John, did you get to do anything exciting instead?
Yeah, I got to see my daughter Emily perform in Urinetown. So while I was doing that, Gary was on with Elizabeth Mitchell.
I was hanging out with Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Myself was taking pictures with Questlove. We were having a blast.
Shauna, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hi, this is Shayna.
Oh, hi, Shayna. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Baba Booey, I love you. You are not fat. You're beautiful.
Thank you, Shayna.
You're welcome. All right, so I have a theory. First of all, I'm a Jewish girl, and Jewish parents obsess about weight. There's two things that you can't, the worst things that you could be are fat and not keep your house clean. And I think Howard's parents probably obsessed about it, and it's just stuck in his head.
Well, Howard's told a story on the air before of his parents sitting him down and saying, look, you're not in good shape. You have to clean up your act. You need to get thinner, and more from a health perspective, though, I think, than a viewing perspective. Would you agree, Gary?
Yes, they were doing it more for the health thing. But it's funny that you say that Jewish people are obsessed with weight, because Jews, like Italians, are also obsessed with food.
Yes, and sometimes that combination doesn't work out that
Exactly.
well. As if you look at some of our staff, including myself, you can see that happen. Thank you for your call. Let's go over to Jack in Savannah. Jack, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, guys. Hey, yeah, real quick, on that thing with Howard being obsessed with Gary's vinyl obsession, I guess we could call it. I think it's the same principle as people that become sports encyclopedias that have absolutely no sports aptitude whatsoever to compensate for it. I think it's the same thing. Gary wishes he was a rock star, wish he was associated with the music industry, and that's his way of compensating for it. And it gets under Howard's skin. I think that's my take on it. And by the way, Michelle Shocked, that was anchored down in Anchorage, was a little minor hit. Remember that?
Yes.
Keep the shit song.
It was yeah, I remember it well, actually. Jack, here's what I would say. I always love music. I don't think I'm overcompensating, and in some strange way, I am in the music business. I get to work with musicians every day. I get to book some of the bands that I grew up loving on the show, so I actually do work in the music business.
What do you think about my theory, though, is why that's Howard's gets under his craw? Do you think it's something like that, though?
I don't know. I don't think that's it. But I would love to hear more theories.
Today, I think it was because you called it Pieces. That's what got to him.
But that's something he could grab onto. I just think today he was looking to grab onto something.
No, because if you his take was you're saying it as if you're the scholar, and versus just saying, hey, I got a bunch of records. But you're right. He could take any angle to go after you if he wants to. All right, Jennifer in Jersey, welcome to the wrap-up show.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good.
Yeah, I understand that poking fun makes for good radio, but is there ever a time that your feelings get really hurt, Baba Booey, online, or, when you're on the air and then after the show, Howard really apologizes? Or is there ever a time where you're like, enough is enough?
Well, a lot of times enough is enough, but what are you going to do? If you would have called 6 months ago, I would say Howard has never apologized to me off the air. But I think we talked about this on the air. After the Carol Miller whooping cough incident, when Howard really just skewered me the whole day, made me feel like I had infected half of America and everything. He called me that afternoon and he said he might have gone a little far, and then I felt worse. That sometimes I wish he would do that, but then it makes me feel worse. I can't explain it.
Did you tell me that you ended up apologizing to him after he apologized to you?
Yeah, I was like, don't worry about it. But that actually, I sort of felt good because I thought that it had gone to a very dark place that day, where it was personal about what a fucking loser and asshole I am, and I was starting to fear for my job.
I like that Jennifer asked you a really sincere question about your thoughts, but refers to you as Baba Booey the whole time.
That's okay. I am Baba, but I am Baba Booey to a lot of people. I don't get offended by that.
Well, I love you. I love listening to you guys, especially after the Howard show.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Thanks for calling.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Bye-bye.
John in Michigan, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, Gary, Baba Booey, happy birthday. A little late. Mine was March 7th.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
I wanted to say, I am a DJ, KJ, karaoke, that kind of stuff, and I want to defend on the pieces of vinyl statement. I would say I probably have 15,000 or more pieces of vinyl, but you got to break it down into 45s, 78s, 33s, different brackets from that. So I don't know why he had to give you such a reaction of hell about that, because pieces are pieces.
So,
right?
John, it would be inaccurate to call them albums because they're not all albums. They're all records,
right.
Correct?
Right.
So now it includes my 78s and my 45s.
Right, pieces of vinyl would be total vinyl, whether it's 45, 78, 33. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then you break it down in brackets from there. So him saying, when Baba Booey said, I got 5,000 pieces of vinyl, well, how many of those pieces of vinyl are 78s? How many are 45s? Yada, yada. How many individual
I will say this. It's an expression that I've been using for a long time that I probably got with the guys at the record store. And it might sound odd to some people, but I will say this. I'm certainly not trying to show off.
Okay, thank you, John. Lee in Florida, you're on the wrap-up show. Lee, are you there?
Oh, hi. Yes, this is for Gary. I think the reason Howard picks on him so much is that he loves you so much, and part of the thing is that the whole premise of the show is they bust each other's balls.
Gary, do you agree with Lee? He picks on you because he loves you?
I would agree more if I got the love part somewhere. Like if Howard said once every 6 months, I pick on you because I love you. But I don't get the love part, so I have to. It's inferred, Howard and I are Howard's my hard ass dad. I just have to know he loves me without him saying it.
He has said it though from time to time. Oh, I love Babu, and then he goes through a 20-minute bit about something you do wrong, but he does say it.
Yeah, but that's like Don Rickles go, I love you, and then he insults you.
Yes,
but does he love you, or is it just something to say to soften you while he's making fun of you?
Oh, I think Howard loves you.
I do too.
But I think he loves to pick on you more.
Right.
And he knows it's entertaining for the show.
I mean, it's 99% fucking with me and 1% telling people he loves me.
Tuesday's wrap-up show, I wanted to talk about how Howard dislikes the block party and how he dislikes Gary working with John Hine on their TV show. I try to describe with Shuli that we're really not doing anything bad. We're doing something good for the show, but Howard doesn't seem to understand that. So you guys should check it out and see what happened.
Howard feels that he wasn't he wasn't overwhelmingly negative in his critique of Gary's Fallon appearance. And Gary came in swinging this morning. I thought he was definitely looking for a fight, and he got one. And I thought he handled himself okay, but Gary wouldn't leave. And it was just, pounding after pounding. So we'll see how he's holding up when he comes in here. And then when Gary left, it was Ronnie's turn for the block party. And Howard says it's a blemish and had not too kind a word to say about that. He was commenting on Lisa G's book. He was commenting on all of these other projects that people here are doing and feels that it's, you work for the Howard Stern show, and if you have any extra time, it should be spent working for this show or, doing, I guess, whatever you want to do personally, but not necessarily other projects. And Gary, it seemed like this morning you were looking for a fight when you went in there.
Well, I think I was the lightning rod. I mean, when he started first thing in the morning, what happened was he goes, geez, I never heard pieces of vinyl. And I said to him, I wasn't looking for a fight. I said, it's not an unheard of expression. Well, I never heard it. And so I think he was looking for a fight too. He saw me getting a little unnerved and he was baiting me.
No, I'm saying I think you were looking for a fight.
What do you mean?
I thought you were angry about the pieces of, and his whole critique of him.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, to some degree, I called him out to just be up front. And I think that I could have gone on Jimmy Fallon with firecrackers and Roman candles spitting out of my ass and done the greatest thing in the world, and he would have found fault with it.
Did it hurt your feelings when he said he watched it only because he had to, not because he wanted to?
It didn't hurt my feelings, but it was an obvious insult. Like it was meant to be insulting.
And Robin?
What about her?
She was piling on quite a bit this morning, I thought, with you. And
she must be working on her book.
Well, that's fair, That's
No, I mean, she's working on a book. And again, everybody here isn't created equal, but let's be upfront.
It's different rules for different people. You know that. And I mean, myself included, I think. And you have to suffer through that sometimes, and sometimes you benefit from that. But Howard said that he felt he wasn't overwhelmingly negative in his critique of you.
I'm laughing because while you're saying this to me, you're looking at me and you're smiling.
Yeah, because he was overwhelmingly negative in his critique of you. But Robin always takes the angle that Howard's trying to help.
Right.
You learn from this sort of thing.
Right.
Do you feel like you've learned anything from this?
Well, I mean, I learned that he doesn't like us doing the show. But I mean, the whole stuff about the way I dressed, I think, again, he's just, listen, Did I look phenomenal? No. Did I look horrific? No. I think it was just something he felt like picking out because he wanted to fuck with me.
Do you feel skinnier because we're on TV together and I make you look thinner?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. And several people have told me that.
Yeah, me too.
Although somebody told me that you make me look older.
People have said to me that they didn't realize how much taller I am than you.
Right. But I got one of my best friends, the guy who's best man at my wedding, he said, you got to stay away from that guy. He's making you look old. He's got black hair. You're all gray.
Well, not even all my hair. But look, you take your lumps like anything else, but our show wasn't the only thing that was picked on. He called out Lisa's book. He called out the block party. He really called out any outside project and said, you know what? When the show's not on, you should be working here. In my experience working here, and I've worked a bunch of other places, I've never seen, for the most part, people who work harder on a show. I mean, everybody here sort of obviously loves the show, but people dedicate their lives really to this show. Do you think that's a fair thing to say?
I do. And Will's come on and said, I forget the expression he uses. It's, it's not a job. It's a lifestyle. You don't go home. I don't go home at 4 p.m. and go, turning off my phone. I'm not looking at my email. I'm done for the day. That's just impossible. There's many nights that I'm doing show material, even on Sunday. Howard and I were on the phone 3 times on Sunday.
I did understand Howard's distinction, though, when the caller called in later about this. He is the boss. If he wants to do AGT, that's his call. And if he wants to make sure that we're working 24/7, that's his call also. That's what a boss does. It's a matter of how we, if we were on board for that sort of thing.
I think that there was some information that was given to us a couple of years ago that may have changed. And I think it's a discussion that I'll probably inevitably have with him off the air. But, even if you listened on the air, you heard Howard say however many years ago when he was waiting to sign the contract that we're in now, I can't sleep at night because I worry about you guys. I worry that I'm responsible for you. You guys need to figure out a future. So some people tried to figure out a future, and I think that seems to bother him. So I got to figure it out.
Craig and Madison, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hi, Craig.
Hey, Gary. Due respect, if I worked for Howard, I would have kicked him in the balls by now for the way he treats you.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
All right, I know, but I'm just saying, you really put up with a lot of shit. Okay, there's no reason for these Ronnie's block parties to be canceled. Howard created the monster. He turns his employees into semi-celebrities, and then they milk it. What's wrong with that? Look at Jackie the Joke Man, all the stuff he sold. Look at Artie. Where would he be? He's on DirecTV. He's got his own show, and he's too fat to fish. Baba Booey, you wrote that stupid autobiography. You never would have been able to write that. And even Fred milked it with his band.
Well, I think let's take it back. With Artie and Jackie, they both arrived here with careers. So I think when Jackie started, he was a stand-up comedian. It may not have been a great career, and his career got dramatically better while he was here.
But he was established.
But he was established as a comedian. So his plugs were actually, written into his contract, which is a whole other story we should talk about one day. And with Artie arrived here as a guy who'd already been on a network television show and also had an established stand-up career, which also got dramatically better while he was here. So again, I think, them plugging or going out doing gigs is something that you knew you hired a guy and he does this other stuff, and you knew you were going to deal with that. I think for somebody like me who started on the show as a kid in college, it developed, and so maybe Howard feels he has a little bit more say over how that works. And he's right. Do I think that I would have sold over 100,000 books without being on the show? Who would give a shit about my story at all? Mm-hmm. Of course I'm aware of that. And even that John and I got a show, I think John and I do good on this show, and I think we do a good job on the other show. But we don't make any pretense that we would have gotten a show without being on this show.
Well, I think you draw on a distinction that we talked about last week, which is those who were born and raised, as I like to say, on the show versus those who came to the show after they did something else. And I think Howard makes a distinction in his mind about that, whether it's you or Sal or, JD, Ronnie, all these people who came here, this was their job, and then became famous, quote unquote, for being on the Howard Stern show. Whereas other people, maybe Richard, had done something else and maybe different rules apply to everybody. But I don't think anyone here kids themselves that the success from our outside project doesn't stem off of the success of the show. If the fans of the show don't support our outside projects, then nobody's going anywhere. But
well, the people who kidded themselves about that are no longer here.
Right. That's right. But doing those outside projects isn't necessarily a reflection on your involvement within this show. And that's what I think is getting missed here.
I agree, but I think with Howard, it's very black or white. If you're not doing something for me, then you're doing something that's not for me. I think it's as simple as that. You're doing something that doesn't benefit me, so why are you doing it?
And he wasn't stopping. I mean, this morning, he was genuinely pissed off, said, quote, I mean, he doesn't like the outside projects, and it's got to come to a stop. And the Block Party took a major hit, you know, with Ronnie, and Ronnie went in there to defend himself, of course, and didn't do a very good job. And now the Block Party, I'm guessing, Shuli, that the guys are thinking twice about it because Howard's saying, I really don't want you doing that sort of thing.
I mean, it's not even about thinking at this point. He's the boss. What he says goes. And if he's not happy with it, then, we're not going to continue to do it. The thing that bums me out is, A, he's never seen what we do. And I'm not saying he should come to a show. I don't even know that he would like it. But I think the picture he's painting in his mind is much, much different than what we're actually doing.
He's seen it. I mean, we've seen a telescope version of it.
Well, but that's not the show. A telescope version is not what we do, and,
right.
And so he hasn't seen it.
Right.
But that's the reality of it.
The other thing you run up against, though, Shuli, is I think, like, for example, Gary and I's show is separate from this show in a way, whereas yours could be viewed as an extension of the show, like a Howard Stern show on the road.
And look, the whole Block Party got started based on the fact that, there are people who work here that, look, we live in New York. It's expensive as hell to live out here on the East Coast. And, you got to make ends meet somehow, some way. So it was put together as a goof. Did I think that, a year later we'd be selling out shows across the country? Absolutely not. And it took off. And I think it took off because people are actually enjoying it. If they didn't, like you said, John, they wouldn't support it and they wouldn't buy tickets. And, I don't know.
You bring up an interesting point because now that we're talking really bluntly about this, I was sort of surprised when you guys first started that Howard sort of let it happen.
Right.
Because there were other things like it that he had put the squash on.
Absolutely.
Stuttering John had been out in his version of this. And
he did the Killers of Comedy before the Block Party.
All that sort of stuff. But I think that once it became... it was weird, like if it's a... John had a great move. John just hired 3 good comedians and called it Stuttering John's Comedy Show or whatever.
Stuttering John and Friends.
Stuttering John and Friends. But I think that the Block Party, what Ronnie up front, for whatever it is, but when it started, I was surprised that he let it go. And I think that because it was sort of this quiet little thing, he didn't really pay that much attention to it. I think when it got big, it caught his attention.
What's strange to me also is that, when he's screaming how much he hates it, I think back of, me and Scott fighting in studio over money, or JD telling, stories about getting late on the road. And, it didn't seem that he had a problem with it as on the scale that he does now then.
Right. The only thing I would say is, and I think you would admit this, but others in the Block Party wouldn't, it has provided tons of show content.
Absolutely.
But let's not kid ourselves. That's not why you guys are doing it.
No, absolutely
I think
not.
Ronnie thinks he's doing it because it provides show content and he enjoys it.
No, Ronnie does it. I can tell you without a doubt that Ronnie does it because he loves doing it.
What does he love about it?
It's the Ronnie Mund Block Party.
I get it.
But I think that's what he loves about it.
He really does. He loves that there's people coming out to see, his show, and he just digs it. He was in a shell. He was like, he wasn't into it at first. And once he got the bug, he's Mr. Block Party. He loves doing it.
Ronnie, do you feel like the success of the Block Party has changed you in a way?
What are you talking about? I'm the same miserable asshole. What's the difference?
You know what I mean. Like Shuli was saying before, that you enjoy the fame of the Block Party, being the guy on stage, making sure everybody's having a good time.
It's fun being out there with the people. I like it. But is something wrong with that?
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it.
Clearly, he's a people person.
But my question is,
I am a people person. When I get around the fans, I'm a people person.
But my question,
ask them. They love coming to the shows.
But my question is, do you need sort of a stage and fans for it, or are you that way whether you're on stage or off? Do you know what I mean?
Well, you know how I am when I'm off, so why would you even ask the question?
Stupid question, John. Dumb question.
I know how you are with me, Ronnie. We're friends.
Yeah, we are. I hope.
But I'm saying, like,
Ronnie, can I make a point here? If Matt Lauer was interviewing a friend, and every time Matt asked a question, the guy and he goes, "You know how I am. You know me." Then the audience wouldn't get anything out of it.
But the audience knows my routine here. I mean, I get my ass busted.
You understand? If John asks a question that he knows the answer to, he might think the audience needs to know the answer.
Ask the question again, John.
May I, Ronnie?
Yeah, be my guest.
No, I don't want to. I'm going to move on to a different one. After Gary was in there for a while, getting beat up pretty bad for his pieces of vinyl and Fallon and weight and everything else,
right?
Howard quickly shifted to the block party, and he played, I guess, Stephanie reading. He was going to play Stephanie reading a poem.
He did play it, didn't he?
And you went right in there, and
I didn't go right in there right away. I asked Gary, should I go in? And he goes, yeah, I think so. So I wasn't sure whether you're going to go in.
What did you think of Howard's take, calling the block party a blemish, and he's embarrassed by it? He doesn't sound like he wants it to keep going.
A pubic hair in his hamburger.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. So,
well, where's the confusion?
What do you mean? Where's he? I don't know anymore. I don't know. I just don't know.
What are you going to do?
Well, we're booked up till the end of the year, so I don't know if he wants.
How much? When you say booked up, how many shows are you talking to get left?
We do
6, 10,
one show a month.
One a month.
Okay. So
we're talking like 8-9 shows.
Will you book new shows?
Again, I don't know what to do. Okay.
Well, Shuli,
let me ask you a question. If somebody comes to your office and you another TV show, what are you going to do?
I got to think about it.
I got to think about it too.
And from my point of view, I just want to make sure rock solid one way or the other. If he wants it stopped, then it will stop. But
what he said today, he wants it stopped. So what do you need to hear?
I think
because I've heard different things.
I think we're getting into Greg Fitzsimmons forward territory.
What do you mean?
I don't think Howard wants to come out and say, Shuli, Ronnie, stop it.
But that's all he's been saying. So
but
I don't understand.
But he does and he doesn't say it. Like when he's on the show, he says,
and this
I
is
want
why,
this to go away, this and that. But
well, he said the same thing about your show. So what are you breaking my balls for?
Because our show's already taped and in the can. There's nothing we can do about it.
Well, we have tickets sold already too.
Okay, so then you're going to keep doing your live shows, and like you said, you're scheduled through the rest of the year.
Okay,
and like you said, when you said Howard did say it and didn't say it, that's why I'm asking for solid clarification, just so I know that I can tell the promoter, don't book any more shows.
If Shuli asked for solid clarification like that, Howard was going to say, I want it done. And then does it stop? Or like would it be a mistake for Shuli to ask that question?
It's a mistake if he wants the answer he wants. Because I think if you ask Howard that question, it will be no, I want it stopped. I think that's what it'll say. I took a little offense today too when Howard said, I wish I had an executive producer who could handle these things for me. But I didn't know what he wanted. He never the block party was on the road for a long time, and Howard never said to me in any way, shape, or form that he wanted it stopped. Right. I would do what he needs to have done. I would have that conversation.
And I have no problem stopping it. None at all. If that's what he wants, he is the boss. What he says goes, and it will be done.
Tom in Boston.
But how come you didn't have a problem when Scott was on it? And I don't get it.
What do you mean,
Scott
Ron?
tortured you?
Because when Scott was on it, every day it was another thing about the block party.
But I think when Scott was on it, it wasn't as big as it is now.
Wasn't the juggernaut.
Didn't become the force that it's become out there in the comedy world.
Okay.
Sir, you guys are drawing very well.
Yeah, I know we are. And I thought that would make him, and, say what you want. I thought that would make him happy. I thought being out there with the fans and doing this kind of stuff, they're enjoying it. I thought it was some kind of interaction with the show. I thought he might like. I thought he liked it. I thought he did. I guess he doesn't. So if he wants it over with, it's fine.
Do you feel like you're representing the show when you guys go out there?
A little bit. You don't think so?
I'm asking you.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe that's what he doesn't want.
All right. Why is he climbing all over my fucking ass when he's doing all his own shows?
I think he's got a problem with you.
I'm not climbing over anybody. Tom in Boston, you're on the wrap-up show.
John, you ask everybody what the problem is. The way I see it is Gary, Shuli, Ronnie. I think everybody there, especially those three, really work their ass off for Howard, and it just feels like they're
beaten like they didn't do anything wrong. They're trying to make money. It's funny when someone goes to AGT and drops $15 million on a part-time job. Here these guys are just trying to make ends meet a little bit more, and I just think that sometimes Howard gets a little pompous, and I love him to death, but and these guys are like, wow, we're just trying to make money. We're not doing anything wrong. We're not cutting up the show, and here we're getting shit on. And Gary, you know, you are his executive producer, and you let him shit on you. Every single thing you do outside that show, he shits on you. If Artie was there doing something, do you think Artie would come in and say, oh, Artie, you look like a fat fuck? He would never do that.
But we discussed
you because you let him.
We discussed not because I let him. We discussed that earlier because Artie had a career coming in, and I'm going to make a big point here right now. I'm pretty sure John will agree with me. My motivation for doing the TV show is not money. If I told you what we make, it's almost nothing. It's almost not worth doing it. My motivation for doing it is to be prepared for when Howard's done. Now Howard might say, "Well, what the fuck are you doing? Who would want you when I'm done?" And that's a legitimate question to ask, but I'm at least making an effort to try to establish something that somebody might be interested in when he's done.
I can't speak for the block party, but I agree with Gary. That's why we did it. You know, we're looking to maybe, you know, do something with our careers once Howard finishes, because you don't want Howard to end and be like, okay, now what do we do?
Well, Shuli has a career as a comedian, and I think, you know, having the block parties, if it does end, at least he's out there. He's got his name out there, and he maybe can go a little bigger than he was before, because before he wasn't, you know, drawing the crowds he's drawing now.
So Ronnie, John and I are out there trying to establish ourselves as, you know, as maybe hosts for down the road. Shuli's out there trying to establish himself as a comedian. I think you like the money, but I don't think you do it for the money. So what's your motivation?
I just like doing it. I mean, I like being on the road with these guys. We have a good time. And like I said, I like hanging with the people. And that's it. I mean, I don't have to do it. Without a doubt, I don't have to do it. And I make a fine living here. Between the limo business and the security, I make a fine living that I don't have to do it. The money is great. You know, whatever it is, it goes. To be honest with you, last year, the money that I made, I bought my Corvette with. I got something for myself out of it.
Would you think it's fair to say, don't take this as an insult, because it's not, you might hear the word and think of it, that for you it's mostly about ego?
No, it's not ego at all.
And ego that it makes you feel good. It makes you feel good to do it.
I like doing it. Yeah, I like doing it. And I've said it 100 times. I like doing it. I like being out there with the people.
But I
enjoy it.
That is ego.
But it's not ego to me.
Ego's not a negative word.
Yeah, I know. But it
means it makes you feel better about yourself.
Yeah, I like it. I do. I like doing it.
On Wednesday's wrap-up show, JD spoke about where he found anal massage clips, and then the conversation quickly turned to Benji, who's wearing lifts, which are about this big. Benji claims he's 5'8". None of us believe him, and so we had a long, detailed discussion about Benji, his height, and everything else that's Benji.
Let's get over that anal massage you were listening to.
What?
How did you uncover that clip?
Well,
not clip. It's a whole series.
Well, it started with a clip on YouTube and like other websites where it's mainly that intro part. But it's sort of it's edited weird. You know, they got weird things. And they replayed.
But how do you become aware of that it even exists?
I think I'm either I came upon it somehow or someone emailed it to me.
Let's stop there. That would be interesting. How would you come upon it somehow?
Well, someone emails it to me, or I find it on the website or something.
Is it the voice? Is it the material? Is it everything that works?
Oh yeah, I mean, the guy's talking about anal massage and assholes and stuff like that. You gotta see more. So I basically looked it up, and there was a thing you can get it on Amazon somewhere, and I was like, you know, it costs like $50. It costs a lot of money.
What, like a DVD?
Yeah, and then or video, and because it's like from 2001 or so. It was a while ago. And then I came upon I was trying to see if there's anywhere to see it online, the full thing, and I came upon the website, eroticmassage.com, and it has a whole bunch of different like sexual massage things or whatever.
Did you check out the whole website while you were there?
Well, I think you can only buy you can buy the certain tapes, not like can't get the whole access to the website to everything.
You can't get the library.
You can't get the library. You can only get a certain.
What are some of the other massage choices besides anal?
I don't remember. It's just a lot of sexual and tantric and holistic and but they're all involved. Sex and anuses and penises and stuff like that.
And did you learn anything from this?
Learn anything?
Yes.
I learned stuff that I don't want to do to myself.
Are you tempted to go home and massage your asshole?
No.
Did any of it appeal to you in any way?
No.
How about you, Benji?
Yeah, I thought the guy. It was very funny, his voice and his rhythm. But first of all, I thought listening to him was really enjoyable. I like his whole rhythm. And yeah, I think he has a good points, to get the maximum pleasure without hurting anyone else out of your body. It sounded like I wanted to touch my ass the way he described it. I have he made it sound really fun. He really did.
It is. Tell us how that works out.
Something like this, something like that. Not that I'm looking to do it, but it's something that takes a lot of time and involvement and stuff. And I just want to, just jerk off, and that's it. Really,
you're not willing to make that kind of commitment.
I don't want to commit. First of all, I'm not interested in things going up and.
Yeah, I agree with it. I'm not into the actual. I guess he was talking about certain things that doesn't. But just, listen, you get pleasure when you clean your ass in the shower, right? That feels good.
Well, no, not really.
But doesn't it feel good? Just different parts. Listen, if you stroke most parts of your body in the right way, it feels nice, right? Doesn't it?
I don't know, Benji.
We're going down the rabbit hole.
Let's talk about the shoes, Benji, because a lot of people did notice them today. Benji's got huge. They're not even lifts. I don't know what to call them. They're like
Air Jordanas.
They're Frankenstein kind of shoes. And are you doing it for attention? Or are you doing it because you really enjoy being taller?
I like the look. I always wanted to do it, and I told Elisa, I'm a perfectionist, so this is the kind of thing I would never get done. I told Elisa about it when we first started dating. She's like, "Oh, I can do that. Have that done in 2 seconds." And she went to a shoe store and had them made. I've worn them for about a year now.
But they were black, and they were
black. Those fell apart, so we just made new ones.
How do you decide on the height? Because those are pretty tall.
I want it to be natural, so I'm going up a little slowly throughout the years.
Right. In other words, you got C cups instead of D cups.
Exactly. But I do feel it's weird now when I don't have them on. I feel really weird at work without them.
How tall are you without the shoes?
I think I've said I say 5'9", but Gary said he thinks I'm 5'8".
He might be shorter because I'm 5'8". He's not that much taller than me with the shoes on.
No, I'm saying without the shoes, you're 5'8",
I think, around.
Okay.
5'8", 5'9", something like that.
5'7".
5'7".
I know I do because
5'2".
Because you're not that much taller than me with the shoes.
Yeah,
on.
I'll say 5'8", maybe under 5'8", maybe under 5'4". I don't know.
And how tall are you, Steve?
5'8". So
yeah, but you have shoes.
He's got to
on
be
now.
5'6" or something like
right.
that. 5'7".
No.
Look at those things.
I'll put money on it.
Can we measure you after the show?
Yeah, you can measure all parts.
How tall? How many inches are you looking to make your shoes eventually?
Yeah. What's the
max?
end game?
It's be so fun to be to be Howard. Howard height.
6'5" you want to be?
I think that would be fun. That's the eventual goal.
You're not going to be able to walk.
He had a great line during the break. Howard was asking him about it and stuff. And Benji goes, I've been wearing them so long. Now when I see other short people, I go, look at Ganji. He's short and fat.
I know. He looks like a slob now to me. He looks like I love Ganji. He's a nice guy. I actually think he's a handsome guy. But he looks like this little dumpy, squished thing now when I wear my shoes.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The Best of the Wrap-Up Show begins now.
On Monday's wrap-up show. What happened on Monday's wrap-up show?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Talking about...
You were there.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
being serious.
Well, we were talking about Stern Act. Did you have anything to do with Stern Act?
Yeah.
Great segment.
Thank you.
And then we did, let's see, Gary and I, we talked about our relationship. He's always fucking fighting with me. You have anything to say about that?
Do you want to get along better? Or?
Yeah, I like Gary. I don't know what his problem is.
What do you like about
And then the last thing was, we talked about Ronnie.
No, what do you like most about him? I'm being serious. Would you guys enjoy hanging out together?
I think we're a lot alike. We have a lot of the same interests, sports, and
you guys should hang out then if you want to work on a relationship.
Yeah. And then the last thing we talked about was Ronnie.
What's going on?
Ronnie's sex tips.
Okay.
What'd you think of those? Do you think they're useful?
I mean, I guess anything, is good with... it's individual, so it's not like, I don't know...
Well
if
said.
I just do...
All right, so anyway, so watch it. It's coming up
If
right
I just
now.
do your nipple what Ronnie suggests, you might not be into it, but someone else might.
Since Gary's not here, I've got Scott DePace in the chair.
Wow. How'd you get me?
You like co-hosting?
Yeah, pay me some money.
Well, that's what it's all about. Can't help out a friend here?
Yeah.
How are you and Gary getting along these days, by the way? I meant to ask you that.
Pretty good. He always likes to get his jabs in, though. But I think...
And you don't?
No, I don't. No.
Really?
It's all him.
You don't ever take shots at Gary. He only takes them at you.
It's weird, because I'll say something just like light and fluffy, sort of.
Like
and,
what?
And he'll
give me
hit back like was a punch.
Give me an example, a light and fluffy example.
No, I'll just say something on the Squawk Box, like, the Mets suck or something stupid like that. And he'll just come back with something hard that you're like, whoa, easy. I was just joking.
So he's always going for your throat?
It just seems it seems like when I'm walking by him, he's got boxing gloves on and he's ready to go. He's expecting me to, that's just my vibe. I don't know.
But you're getting along better than...
Yeah, I think so.
Until the next thing rolls around, right?
Exactly.
It's just a matter of time. Well, Scott's sitting in until Gary gets here, so I'm sure you're all thrilled to hear that. But
that's it. I'll leave.
Please, don't threaten me. How bizarre was it to hear Sternak on the Howard Stern Show?
I love Sternak. It's one of my favorite things. I just love the lightness of it and everyone, yucking it up. I think it's awesome.
It's funny because, Sternak is an older bit, which is based on a very old bit, a Carson bit. And I was wondering, did it matter if you knew where that was coming from? And the answer is no, as long as the jokes are good.
Exactly. The one today, what was the one about the Pope? The what is the black guy? What was it? Come on.
What, the Black Keys?
No. What does the black guy say when the Pope was elected?
Oh, Betty White?
Betty White.
Yeah.
That was good.
No, there were a lot of good lines in there, and I loved Howard trying to keep the hat on and, struggle a little bit, but I was glad to hear it, and I hope that we'll be hearing that bit again sometime soon. Like we always say, if the jokes are there, it's going to work, and you don't necessarily need to know the context.
Right. No, it was good stuff.
I still can't believe you cried to Seasons in the Sun by Terry Jacks.
I never said I cried to it. I just said it was a very sad song.
Well, did you have?
Speaking of criers, here comes one.
Did you have this? Did you have the?
Does that make me less of a man?
Did you have the? Oh, I am apparently.
Do you cry to anything?
When Duke died about that.
I can't wait to see you weep when your son goes off to college.
Did you?
I didn't. I was psyched for him, but I could see you be one of those guys.
I might. I don't know.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
You didn't get choked up at all, Gary, when Jackson finally left?
I thought I was going to, and Mary did in the car, but I didn't. It was just such an exciting time for him, and it was something that he worked so hard for. And I didn't get to do it. That was probably the key. I didn't get to go away to school, so I was so happy for him, and I thought I was going to. I was a little bit sad, but I was so happy for him to achieve what he wanted to do that I didn't cry.
Scott was saying before that I asked how you guys are getting along, and you said pretty well, but a lot of times he'll say something light and fluffy, and you'll immediately go for the jugular. Is that a fair characterization?
I think he's just as bad about that too, but he probably doesn't. I would say both of us don't see it that way. We've been getting along fine, but yeah, if you take a crack at me, I'm going to go for you, and the same thing too. What'd you just say to me in there?
Well, yeah, exactly. I said we were talking about the song. Howard said, "Boy, that's a wimpy song." You thought was...
Yeah, I said something stupid. I said something.
And then
really...
I just said, I never said I cried. And then Gary said,
I can't remember exactly what it was, but what was it? Something about being goofy to cry over that song.
Yeah, and I'm you're too weak or something like that.
I don't talk like that.
Another,
I did take a shot at you.
Another thing we heard a lot of during the show today was a new feature of Ronnie's sex tips. Now, Ronnie's talked about this stuff on Wrap Up before, but on this one, Ronnie, was that stuff that was written for you? Were you improv in there, going off the cuff? How did that all come together?
What do you mean written for me?
He lived it. He didn't have to write it.
What are you talking about?
Because you've talked about anal and other stuff on the show, and somebody could have written it down and said, hey.
Yeah, well, did I write about it when I talked about it on the show?
No, but somebody could have...
Did I write it? Did I write a script?
Somebody could have heard it and written it down for you and had it said...
Nobody wrote anything down. It was off the cuff, man.
Yeah? I thought they were great.
I cut a whole shitload of them today.
The one where you put a vibrator under your balls while she's blowing you?
Yeah.
So is that the same vibrator that she is using?
What's the difference?
I don't know.
What's it, dirty?
Yeah,
is it dirty?
Dude, you know you're not supposed to... I'm not even going to get into it.
It might be
and
dirty
then you
from...
stick it in your ass?
Yeah, it might be dirty from that.
I didn't say you don't have to stick it all the way in your ass, okay? You know, just...
Because there's nothing dirty on the rim.
Keep it on the outside.
Are you
Gary, what are you talking about? You eat ass. What are you talking about?
I did it once 100 years ago.
Bullshit. You did it more than once.
Yeah, I know. I did it once.
Yeah,
Are you the one sticking it in your ass, or does she do it?
Whatever. Either way.
Has it happened where she does it?
Maybe. You never know.
How do you know? I always want to answer this question. If you're going to let somebody stick something in your ass, how do you know they know when to stop?
Well, you got to tense up.
What if that doesn't slow them down?
Well,
God, does she lube it up?
Then you'll scream a lot. What can I say?
Is it lubed, or is it just
no lube, dude.
How many of these tips do you have?
Oh, I got a bookload of them.
And when did you? I mean, have you just done this over the years? Is it recent? Did you do this when you were young? Like
what? The tips?
Yeah, no, not. I know you just recorded the tips. I mean, like the actual acts themselves. Have you been doing these for a very long time, or is this relatively?
Did
recent?
I say I did them?
Yes, you did say on the wrap-up show that you put your pee hole on a girl's nipple.
You
that
were
one
very,
I did.
you
did
were very clear
All
about
right,
that.
Gary. For God's sakes.
No, that was one of your tips.
Yeah, and I want to know how many of you guys went home and really you guys tried it and you're full of shit and you won't admit it.
I'm not one of those.
I didn't hear it. You stick your pee hole on a girl's nipple?
Yeah.
What is that supposed to do?
Try it and find out.
For you or for her?
Both.
Ronnie,
Get the fuck out of here.
Ronnie was explaining. He was
You're
explaining.
an asshole. You're an asshole. You don't know, man. I'm telling you.
He was explaining that's the time that he tasted his own cum because
a little pre-semen came out and then he licked her nipple.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
That's the best part of it when the pre-semen comes out and you know.
But wait, that one
like
you
the head
knew,
of your head,
so you
your
knew
head
it
of your
was
dick is all like lubricated and you rub it around on the nipple. She goes ballistic, dude.
What? And you knew that your pre-cum was there and you went for it?
Dude, you're in the heat of the moment. What are you kidding me?
It's the best part.
If you're going to play in the mud, you're going to get dirty.
John, and your 80 blowjobs?
It's not like you're licking shit, dude.
It's practically.
Oh, stop it. You never ate a girl's pussy out?
Sure, but not after I came in her.
Yeah, but dude, you ate a girl's pussy. You got her cum in your mouth. What the hell's the big
Hers
deal?
is fine. It's not mine.
Oh God, what a baby! What a baby! You're not a man.
Hey, it's Gary Dell'Abate. On Tuesday's wrap-up show, Zach Braff came in and he talked about everything that's going on with Kickstarter and also what it was like to meet JD and how that could be a little bit awkward. Here's what happened.
Let's talk about Zach Braff, Gary. I didn't really know what to expect from him when he came in. I've read that like he could be a jerk sometimes. I loved him when he was on Scrubs. I thought Garden State was a good movie, and I knew he was a fan of the show. And I thought he really did a good job as a guest today.
Great job. I mean, you got a great sense of him. You know, I didn't know him much. I met him at Howard's house. I sat next to him at a dinner, and the thing that I thought was funny was, what's Beetlejuice like? What's JD like? Like really like a super, super fan, lover of the show forever, which he said. I thought his story about pulling up to Howard's house and, you know, being more nervous than meeting Obama and also hearing Howard and Robin talk and feeling like he's hearing the radio show, that I get that.
Yeah, he walked around the office and he seemed genuinely interested in meeting everybody, which all guests really don't do. Even guests who say they're fans of the show really don't do. But when he was in with Howard, it was a very comfortable conversation. But I thought he was very forthright with a lot of things, whether it was the women in his life, this Kickstarter campaign, all that stuff. And that's what makes a good guest. Just be honest. Even if you don't want to answer something, say, I don't want to answer that, and then Howard will respect that.
Yeah, he sort of got that. And this is what a super fan he is. I said, you know, he's dating this beautiful model named Taylor, who I've met also. And I said, where's Taylor? And he looked at me and he goes, yeah, I'm not bringing her here today. You're like, he knows.
So he knows the show.
But I respect that.
Yeah, you have to. I didn't know, though, I guess reflecting on it, it makes sense, but how quickly he got really successful. I mean, he had Scrubs and Garden State really back to back, and all of a sudden he's the guy for a while there. And he even said he got a little depressed even though he had everything. But managing that success in your 20s is tough. I mean, of course you're going to be an asshole some of the times. It kind of comes with the territory, don't you think?
Listen, it's really hard to, if women are loving you and it wasn't like a big thing for you in high school, and also women love you, I think every guy would fall into that trap. It just depends, how long you got to get out of it at some point, or then it just becomes sad, right, Steve?
Taylor in Brooklyn.
I say because Steve and I were talking about somebody today. Not that Steve is there. We were discussing another person.
Well, speaking of Brooklyn, Taylor, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey guys, I was curious what you guys think about some of the criticism people have spoken out about Zach Braff using Kickstarter when really Kickstarter is meant to be, for true startups, and potentially, he could get in a room with people with money to get some funding, and just wondering what you guys think about it.
I'll tell you my opinion. I think that I don't know where that rule is written. It's something gets created. I think something like that is self-regulated, meaning if he had an idea and nobody gave a shit, then it would die. They talked about Melissa Joan Hart. She seems like a very nice person, but it's almost like a popularity contest. And so, the audience spoke and they said, I don't want to see a Melissa Joan Hart project. The audience spoke and said, I want to see a Zach Braff project and a Veronica Mars project. And we've talked, like I said to John, if you told me for $50 I could put $50 up and that would go towards a Sopranos movie, I'd do that in a minute. So I think it's, I understand people like, hey, he can get in front of people, but he got in front of people and it didn't work.
Yeah, that's the backlash. I think, Kickstarter is sort of a grassroots kind of thing, and you want to help out the little guy. And in this case, you're not helping out a little guy. You're helping out an established star or like a pet project like a Veronica Mars. I'm okay with it. Like you said, if you go on there and you raise the money or you don't, that's one thing. But I don't think it's going to discourage people from doing it. And I also don't think you're going to see folks going on there with $50 million budgets saying, we need your money, we want your help. I think, if anything, like Zach said, it did bring attention to Kickstarter if you didn't know what it was before. And some of those inventions on there and the other things, they're really cool. And the thing I like about the site is if you've got the product and a good pitch, you'll get the money. And if you don't, you won't. And that's sort of a great testing ground if you're trying to start something up.
Yeah, you have to work off the idea, which I don't buy into, that every single person that donated money to Zach Braff's project was going to donate to somebody else on there. That's not the case.
I don't think it is.
I think if you have something good, whether you're a Hollywood star or an inventor, the good stuff is going to float to the top.
Kenny, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey now, great show, guys. Gary, you're a working class hero and best part of the show. No, I think that Zach is just way off, because if he's a filmmaker who believes in his piece of art like he claims to, he has the money to finance it himself. He doesn't have to whore out his project to Kickstarter. Kickstarter is supposed to be for people who are outside of the Hollywood system, people who can't get money otherwise.
Yeah, hey, Zach, come sit down. Zach,
I can't stay, but I just wanted to say hi.
Zach, just in 2 seconds. We're actually talking about you right now. We're talking about Kickstarter. This guy's rap is, he's saying, and I was disagreeing with it, that you're whoring it out. You're taking it away. That Kickstarter's for people who are independent people that don't have the access that you have.
Yeah, but you're a Hollywood guy,
or,
so you're not
or the money that he has, because he can afford to pay for it himself. Coppola financed Apocalypse Now. Mel Gibson financed Passion of the Christ.
I can't hear what you're saying, but I do know that Coppola didn't fully finance Apocalypse.
Coppola financed that movie, and guess what? It almost ruined him.
Well, hold on, Kenny. You'll get your answer.
Well, I can't hear in here. But anyway, here we go. What I would say is that I am contributing my own money to the film, in your analogy that Coppola contributed his own money to Apocalypse Now, but he certainly didn't finance Apocalypse Now 100% himself.
No, it was a movie after that he did. There's a movie that he did after with Zoetrope Studios that he put a lot of his money in that almost bankrupted him.
What, Places in the Heart?
Yeah, I think it was one of those movies. It's just not Places in the Heart, but Heartbeat or something. But he did put up all his money. It's funny because I don't think you're taking any money away from anybody on the site. If anything, you probably brought people to the site.
I brought over 20,000 people so far registered to the site. The day I launched, they had their biggest traffic day they've ever had. The CEO released a statement saying at minimum, at least $400,000 has gone from our projects to other projects on the site. And not to mention, all I'm doing, in addition to promoting my own project around the world, is promoting this concept of crowdsourcing art. I become their spokesperson, willingly or unwillingly, around the earth. This thing, whether you love it or not, is on the cover of newspapers across the globe, and it's introduced Kickstarter and crowdfunding to people that knew nothing about it.
But okay, so what about the next guy? So you've done that for them, but what about, somebody comes down the road in a year and wants to finance a movie, but they're a Hollywood person? Why is that an issue?
I don't know, Gary. I continue having this debate, and every time I have it with people like you and Howard and all the other interviews I'm doing, they're like, people keep saying, "Will you please explain the controversy to me?" And I'm the one that has to tell people why people are mad. I don't really understand it.
My feeling is like I'm not a fan of Rush Limbaugh. Okay, I'm going to put it right out there. If Rush Limbaugh went on there and had a project and people wanted to pay for it, I'll be like, well, that's great for them. That's not my thing. It doesn't bother me one way or another. If enough people are interested in him to help him do a project, then go do it.
Well, that's what keeps happening is people keep saying, people are like, I don't understand. It's opt-in. I didn't levy a tax on the country. What I said to my fan base, and by the way, first and foremost, if you're not a fan of mine, why are you even in this conversation? You're not going to be into this. There might be someone you do like who you'd be into it for. Like, insert your favorite artist. If they said, I'm going to give you, a year and a half's worth of behind the scenes content for $10, you might go, oh, that'd be cool. But so if you're my fan, what I said was, hey, here's a wacky out of the box way to make a movie. Are you into it or not? And 40,000 people so far said yes. Other people haven't. They moved on. Why are you in the conversation if you don't like me? This is opt-in. It's a fun project. It's an adventure. Come on the adventure or not. But why are you wasting this time writing a 40-page blog about why you hate me? It just seems like such a waste of your energy.
Zach, as a super fan of the show, how was it being on that couch today?
It was incredible. I went by. Everyone had told me. All of my friends have done the show. Said, watch how fast it goes. Even Gary had told me it's going to zip by, and it felt genuinely like 20 minutes. And he said it was an hour and a half or something.
Right. We went on for a long time, but I thought you guys did really well together.
Well, we genuinely like each other. I mean, obviously.